Yes, good morning, Ayush. Let's put the chapa to the act, okay? Yes, we have already completed our act. We have a very good drafted, legally understandable act called as a fruit act. Let's put a chapa to the act and let's make it official, okay? The point is very simple. You have already created an act, but you are the ministry of it. You are the ministry of it. As a ministry, you have decided that you wanted to create an act. You drafted an act. Just because you drafted and kept it in your pocket, will it become an act? No. It has to be officially implemented. Yes. Will it be officially implemented by your ministry or will it be done by the whole parliament? It has to be done by the whole parliament. Yes or no? Yes. It goes through a step process. It goes through a step process. You need to follow that step process properly. Yes. What is the step process is what we are going to discuss. When you have a fruit act in your hand, it's a drafted document, but it's not official. It's not official. Unless and until it becomes official, this will not be called as a fruit act. It will not be called as a fruit act. We will name it something else called as fruit bill. We will name it something called as fruit bill. So what happens is when a ministry prepares something, they don't prepare a fruit act. They prepare a fruit bill. This bill will be done by the ministry and then sent to the parliament. In the parliament, the head of the ministry, in our case, finance minister is the head of Ministry of Finance. Ademari, your Ministry of Agricultural Affairs will have some minister. That minister will then stand on the stage and come and say, Bhayu or Beno or whatever English they want. This is the newly introduced fruit bill. Let me take you through on an overview level. Understand, they will not, read the whole thing. They will give you an overview. They'll give you an overview where they'll come and say, here is the fruit bill. Here is a fruit bill which my ministry has implemented and my ministry feels like this is important for India. This is important for India. Facts are clear? Yes. I'm telling you something from our side, it will automatically get reflected for income tax also. Same logic, same things. Yes. So what is happening is one of you, being the head of ministry, will stand before the parliament and come and say, I am introducing something called as fruit bill. This is what the salient features are. I want it because of this reason. This is what I am planning to implement. This is what I am planning to implement. Yes or no? Yes. Now this happens on one day. This happens on one day. After the day is over, immediately it will become an act, correct? Will it immediately become an act? No. Now what will happen is, understand, you have prepared the bill as a ministry. Now you are representing whole of India. So whole of India should also get an opportunity to look at it, yes or no? Yes. They also should do protest, they also should do all this unction and all, go stand on the road, break chairs and all those things. Something has to happen. No, you have to give them time, right? Yes. So time will be given then. So what will happen is, you will first give a bill, put it in the Lok Sabha and come and say, this is the bill which I am introducing. I am placing it before you, have it. I am placing it before you, have it. Lok Sabha will do what? It will place the bill, officially notified to everyone in India, saying that yes, this is a new bill which has been introduced. Look at it, give me your recommendations, tell me if you feel there are some mistakes, some English error, some drafting error, something which you want to clarify. Whom will they give it to? The whole nation. And then suggestions will be received from the whole nation, whether you want to make some changes, don't want to make some changes and all those things. Yes, those suggestions will then be taken up and then given to the ministry. Ministry will then look into the suggestions and see if they want to make some further changes or they want to leave it as it is. At the end of the day, the decision is of ministry only. So you people will only decide. You want to take up what the market is saying, you can take it up, or else you can ignore it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yes or no? Yes. Then you will have a second session in Lok Sabha. You'll have a second session in Lok Sabha. In the second session, you will come and say, yes, I gave a bill to you 1 month back, 2 months back. You took the bill, you introduced it. You asked for suggestions. I got the suggestions. Based on the suggestions, this is the final draft of the bill. This is the final draft of the bill. So what is happening? First, you had a bill, gave it for suggestions. Then you will get a final bill. Yes or no? Yes. Now you got a final bill. What will you do? Someone has to approve. Where are you sitting right now? You are sitting in the lower house, meaning Lok Sabha. So then you will place it before Lok Sabha and come and say, from my ministry, this is the final bill. Dear members, please approve. Dear members, please approve. Who will approve? All Lok Sabha members. Rahul, does it have to be unanimous approval? No. It does not have to be unanimous approval. It is enough if it is majority. And that is why today, whenever a bill gets passed, it will always be assumed as passed only, because Majority sitting with only one person there. Yes, the whole party is only one person, so therefore no one objects. No one objects. In today and all, when you go and you check the Lok Sabha meetings and all, no, you will not even see persons asking for votes. The speaker of the Lok Sabha will simply come and say, this is the bill. Anyone in favor raise hands. Anyone not in favor raise hands. Time kudukla. Single line. Anyone in favor raise hands. Anyone not in favor raise hands. The bill is introduced. Full stop. That's all done. 3 seconds work. That's all is happening. Now also, go check. Go check, you will find. Because he knows no one is going to object. Avanga object panalo, it will only be those people who are minority community. Majority will only be in favor of the bill because bill is passed by BJP. Bill is passed by BJP. Majority is also sitting in BJP. Therefore, nothing will be objected. Nothing will be objected. Lok Sabha will automatically pass it off. Lok Sabha will automatically pass it off. That is what is today happening. Logically speaking, yes, they can object. They can object, meaning if the majority comes and says, I don't want it, then the bill will be rejected and then you will have to pass a fresh bill. Yes. Now, Lok Sabha passed it. Next, it will go to the upper house. It will go to the upper house called as Rajya Sabha. Now, what is so special about this Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Understand, when you do elections, you appoint a Lok Sabha member. When Lok Sabha does an election, they appoint a Rajya Sabha member. Yes, so what happens is, it is not always true that Rajya Sabha will have majority. It can so happen that Lok Sabha members are appointing Rajya Sabha, so Rajya Sabha members may have an equal proportion also. It may so happen that they may have equal Congress, equal BJP, which means their decisions will be more logical. Their decisions will be more logical, yes or no? Yes, there the members which are getting appointed are appointed by Lok Sabha members. So they will make the decision. Rajya Sabha members will then be passing the same bill. At this point of time, Rajya Sabha can do 3 things. They can either accept the bill, they can either reject the bill, or they can send it back to Lok Sabha and come and say, this is my suggestions, change it and bring it back. So accept, reject and modify. Accept, reject and modify. Yes or no? Yes. Rahul, assuming Rajya Sabha also passed, it will then go to President. For signature. Sure. Will it go to President for approval? No. We'll go to President for assent. Rahul, what is the difference? Assent means you are notified. உனக்கு போய் இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கேன், that's a 2 members pass பண்ணிட்டாங்க. This is for your information, FYI. President cannot approve. The moment you give a power to President to approve, it means President can also reject. Yes or no? Can the President reject a bill? No. President is simply a dummy piece here. In India, President has no job other than to be a dummy piece. Yes, all decisions are made by, most likely all decisions are made by Prime Minister. Presidents are a dummy model in India. They have no roles and responsibilities except for coming and informing that yes, I am going to sign it. That's all. Yes, they came and said all decisions will be made by Prime Minister, but all signing will be done by President. Yes, so you give it to President only for assent. You go and inform the President that sir, 2 houses have passed it. Take it. This is for your information. Sign it and give it to me back. Rahul, President is not happy with the bill. He does not want to sign. What will happen? President is not happy. He says, no, I am not happy. I am a Congress member. I don't want to sign. What will you do? What will happen? Sorry? It won't get passed? Apona, that is approval only, no?
He cannot say that.
He can say that.
He sent it back once. Second time, it comes back after it's been changed, he has no choice but to sign it.
Not really. No. He is that dummy of a piece that if he does not sign it, then it will be assumed as passed. Presidents are given 14 days for putting their sign on it. Presidents are given 14 days to put their sign on it. If they sign it within 14 days, it will be passed on the day on which he signs. If he does not sign it within 14 days, 15th day it will be assumed to be. That's all. That is what is called as assent. That is what is called as assent. He has no role to play. He has no role to play, which is why actually when it goes to president, next day itself will get signed normally. You will see that always what will happen is they will send it to him on 30th March. So 31st March, you will get a notification saying it is passed. Because he has to only put his sign, nothing else. For that, will he spend time on it? No, he doesn't even have a job on this. Yes, he can give recommendations. I'm not denying it. He can give suggestions, recommendations, which can be amended, but he cannot reject the bill as such. He cannot reject the bill as such. It will be given to him only for assent and for signatures. Rahul, appo signature na prime minister also can do, no? A prime minister has better job to do in life, no? He has to make decisions, no? He is so much occupied. President is free only, nothing to do, only to sign. So let one person sign. Let one person sign. His job is only to sign. That is what his job is. Apart from that, yes, you may have heard big things. A president is called as the first citizen of India. A president is the person who makes decisions on defense and all those things. Yes, nothing is done by the president. All dummy piece only. Yes, point is very simple. Please understand, a president only has the authority to assent. He does not have the authority to approve. He does not have the authority to Let's assume president gave an assent. Now what? Let's assume president gave an assent. Now what? Now the bill becomes an. Now is when the bill becomes an act. Now is when the bill becomes an act. Yes or no? Yes. But Rahul, president signed it. Will you know? Will India know? No, it has to be put somewhere. It has to be put somewhere. We have something called as an official. Very good. We have something called as an official gazette. In this official gazette, it will be notified saying, yes, president has signed it. This is the bill which he has signed it. Now the bill will be called as an act. Now the bill will be called an act. You have to follow the whole process for you to get an act in place. For you to get an act. Think about it and tell me, Rahul, all this process will happen in one day's job. It will happen in 1 month. Takes time. Definitely takes time. It takes about 2-3 months. Takes about 2-3 months, which is why think about it. If you have to make an amendment in an act, it will happen tomorrow itself, correct? Huh? If you have some mistakes in the act, it takes a hell lot of time to change that. Takes a hell lot of time to change the act, and everyone is given a special time in, like, okay, it's not like today you found a mistake, 2 months later you can change it. No, understand, Lok Sabha does not work every time. You have heard about this, right? There are 2 summer sessions and 2 winter sessions. And the sessions they will be sitting in their own states. Understand, no? Lok Sabha members are nothing but state members. So if you travel all the way from state and come to Lok Sabha and sit and take the votings, yes or no? Yes. So they are only working for 2 summer sessions and 2 winter sessions. Apart from that, they will not be working. They will not be working. So if you have to make a change in an act, it does not happen right away. It takes time. You have to wait for the next session to happen. Yes or no? Yes or no? In which case, which is why we have this thing called rules. Which is why we have this thing called rules, where if you want to change something and you want to change something immediately, if the powers are given by the act, the rules itself can do it, because rules can be done by you itself. Who are you? You are the Ministry or the Board of Fruit Affairs. You're the Ministry or the Board of Fruit Affairs. You have been given authority saying if there are small items which are not act related but are more implementation related, you itself go and change it off. When you want to do it, you can do it right away. You can do it right away. You don't need anyone's approval except for your ministry. Except for your ministry. You are CBFA. You can go to your Ministry of Agriculture and come and say, I am CBFA. This is what I am proposing to change in the rules. Please approve it. If ministry approves it, it will go to official gazette. Automatically, right away, it will get implemented. Right away, it will get implemented. That is how fast it comes to rules. Now tell me which one is faster. Rules is faster. But does it mean that rules can change everything? No. It has to follow. Makes sense now? Makes sense now? Yes or no? Yes, this is the whole process. This is the whole process. But yes, think about it. Think about it, Rahul. I need to make a change. Act la change panida agno. It's very important, very critical. I cannot wait for a session to happen. I cannot wait for a session to happen. Now what to do? What to do? Can you do something? Can you do something? Yes. We have a thing called as ordinance. We have a thing called as ordinance. Ordinance is basically where what they are coming and saying is, if you want to make a change right away and you cannot wait for a session to happen, you cannot wait for a session to happen, a special power is given to the ministry to pass something called as ordinance. To pass something called as ordinance. Ordinance is nothing but an interim resolution. So where what they'll do is they'll come and say this act is ordinated and implemented today itself. And implemented today itself. In this, they will not go for approvals and all. No Lok Sabha, no Rajya Sabha, no. Directly send it to president, directly approved. directly sent to president, directly approved, pass an ordinance. Today itself will come into picture, act will change. Act will change. Appo, this looks easier, no? Why are people doing act? This looks easier, no? No, understand this is an interim resolution, meaning what will happen is today ordinance will come, today ordinance will pass. From today it becomes implemented, but in the next session, they will come and inform that I passed an ordinance like this. I need your approvals. Then it will go to the process. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, President. If at any point of time Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha comes and says, no, I don't like this ordinance. They can reject it later. The day when they reject it, it will be not valid from the first day itself. But if they approve it, it will be valid from the day on which ordinance was introduced. We call it as ratification. கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா இந்த வேர்டு? கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட்ல இருந்திருக்கும். வேறு minor. You would have learned it in principal agency relationship. Minor also maybe. Principal agency relationship, where what they come and say is, if an agent takes a decision on behalf of minor, it is assumed as done on behalf of principal. Later on, principal will have to ratify all those. You will have something similar when you learn law also. Companies Act, they'll come and tell you directors can do something on a right away basis, and then later on shareholders can go and ratify it if the powers are not with the directors. All those things happen. Yes. So this is called as an ordinance. Background clear? So I'm not telling you that act cannot be changed. I'm telling you act can be changed also. Just that it will take a lot of approvals. Therefore, you have to be very smart when you create an act. When you create an act, only mention what you want. Don't mention how you want, because how you want can be done by rules also. If you put how you want in the act, it becomes a bigger problem. Because tomorrow changing that will become a nightmare. Yes or no? Please be careful about that. That is why going forward you will be able to understand properly whether something should be there in act or something should be there in rules. Polama. Same process gets followed for every act. Like I said, Income Tax Act got introduced in 1961. After that, every time we had Finance Act. But it was never a Finance Act first. It was always Finance Bill. So what got passed is Finance Bill, then went to Lok Sabha, then went to Rajya Sabha, and then became. Same thing happened for you also. Finance Bill 2023 came, then it went to Lok, Rajya, and then President in order to become an Act 2023, which you are reading right now. Now let me answer your question, Rahul. Why for November attempt Finance Bill 2024 is not applicable? Think about it. What got passed on 1st February is not Finance Act. It is Finance Bill. It is right now under suggestion phase. The bill has gone to us, where we are looking into the bill and trying to find out if there is any mistakes in the bill, any changes we want to make, and we are giving suggestions. That will go for one more month. February 1st it came. This full month we will give suggestions. March 1st it will be sent to Lok Sabha, and will be informed that in Lok Sabha, yes, these are all the suggestions which has come. Dear Ministry of Finance, check and tell if you want to have it or if you want to ignore it. Lok Sabha will take another 15-20 days. 21st kitaka Lok Sabha will approve, Rajya Sabha will then approve, then go to President. By 31st March it will get implemented. Yes or no? You can still ask me, no, Rahul, for November attempt 6 months prior alone is not there, no? So 30th April variko the changes you can take, right? You can take changes to 30th April. So this also should be taken. Ask yourself a question. This finance bill which is getting passed, for which year? It's getting passed for FY 24-25. Agreed, not agreed? Agreed. Yes. Now when it is getting passed for FY 24-25, you are writing exam for November 24. At that point of time, the year is already over. Yes, sir. Is the year already over? No. You have time till March 25. Which means, have you earned all the income? On November 2024, when you write your exams, have you earned all the income? Do you know how much tax to pay? Can you pay tax? Apo, should you have that? That is why you have 23-24. Rahul, Apo May la kuda appadina. May portha varaikum March already mudinjichu. So which means financial year is over. They can still let you compute taxes. Agreed, not agreed? which is why whenever you have an exam for May and November, there is one finance bill which gets implemented, which is the FY bill, which is the FY bill. Correct? Not correct? Yes. In simple words, Rahul, if Finance Bill 2023 came, Finance Act 2023 came, it was for FY 23-24, for which you will write your exams of May 24 and November 24. Yes or no? Yes or no? In simple words, tomorrow if you go for an interview, and they come and tell me what is the tax rate of India. Tell me what is the tax rate of India. You will ask them, you will ask them which year do you want it for. You'll ask them which year do you want it for. They say yes, I want it for FY 23-24. In that case, you will come and say, show me Finance Act 2023. You will say Finance Act 2023. Please be smart about this, because please understand, when you write your exam in November and when you clear in Jan, when you apply for your articleship, that time Finance Act 2024 would have already passed. Are you aware about it? படிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? படிக்கல, என்ன படிச்சிருக்கீங்க? 23 தானே படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. எஸ், ஆர்டிகல்ஷிப் போகும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? அவன் திடீர்னு 24 அமெண்ட்மெண்ட் கேட்டா நீ என்ன பண்ணுவ? Yes or no? You have to be smart about it. Don't come and jump to answers. Don't come and jump to answers, because you may tell a number to him and he will suddenly think in the number enge padchanu. Because for him what will happen? He is already in practice. He already knows what is in 2024 also. Then he will come and say, maybe you know old things. Will you get selected? Will you get selected? No. You have to be very smart when you answer questions. You have to tell him very clearly that, sir, if you are asking me something, first let me know whether you want it from 24 or 23. He says, yes, I want it from 24. You can be honest and come and say, I'm sorry, maybe I did not get time to read 24. I will read it and come back to you on a later day, but don't take that as a consideration. Honest thought. நீ கேட்காம தப்பான ஆன்சர் சொல்லிட்டேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, என்ன ஆகும்? He will come and assume you don't know the subject itself, which is more risky. It is not wrong to give assumptions. It is wrong to give wrong answers. Yes or no? Don't assume what the other person knows. That is not your job. That is not your job. Get all facts clear before you make your decisions. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes. Any doubts? No. Last thing. Rahul, current year, I don't know how many of you are aware about it. Generally, finance bill gets passed on 1st February. Generally, finance bill gets passed on 1st February. But this time when the finance bill was passed, everyone was always coming and telling it as interim budget. Ketirkingla? Yes, last year and all they called it as budget. This year they're calling it as, what is so special? Very good. Please understand, whenever there is an election year, the problem what happens is that on 1st February, the budget which is supposed to be passed will be passed by the existing party. But in all practical sense, what can happen? The party can change. Now imagine a scenario where what happens is, the party which is ruling right now knows for sure that they're going to lose. What will they do? They will pass all wrong things and go. Yes or no? Yes or no? In that case, what will happen? The person who then comes back, becomes the new ruler, he will have a problem, because he cannot pass 2 finance bills. Just to change that one, he cannot pass 2. It will look very ugly on India. Yes or no? Yes or no? So what they did is, they came and put a special provision where they came and said, every time when there is an election year, I am itself telling you that going forward, whenever there is an election year, there will be 2 budgets which will be passed. There will be one budget will be passed by existing party. One budget will be passed by existing party, which will be called as interim budget. After the party elections happen, a second budget will be passed by the winning party. BJP can come back again. Yes, by the winning party. Even if it is BJP, that's not a problem. That is not a problem. They will also have to pass a second budget, because what happened is, they came and clarified it's an interim budget, which means any decisions which the ruling party will make will only be made for a matter of 4-5 months. They will not make it for the whole year, because elections are happening in April, May. So they bring it in Feb. It is only applicable, it starts only from April. So they only make it for April and May, that's all. They don't make it beyond that. After elections get over, no, one second, they make it for a few more months also, because understand, elections mudichadukku results varadukku August aidum kittaga. Yes, so they make it for April, May, June, July, and then August the second budget will be passed. In that second budget, if they want to make further changes, they will bring those. They will bring those. Or if the new party comes into picture, they will come and say, yes, I don't like what the earlier parties have done. I want to revise budgets like this, like this, like this, like this. Purida, Purilia. Yes. So what happens is in all elections here, you get 2 Finance Act. You get 2 Finance Act. Income tax amendments come in 2 Finance Act, and you have to read both. You have to read both. You are the lucky people because for you it is Finance Act. For you only one budget. For you only one budget. For any of my friends who are planning to write May 25 and November 25, you will have to read 2 Finance Acts. You will have to read 2 Finance Act. One is Finance Act number 1, one is Finance Act number 2. Both are the same Finance Act. It will be called as Finance Act 2024, Finance number 2 Act 2024. Rendu padikano. Rendume mandatory because interim budget and final budget. Background clear? Hello? Yes. That is what the whole background is. That is what the whole background is. Clear? Not clear? Clear? Now, for income tax purposes, like I already clarified, income tax will never get an amendment. Income tax will never get an amendment. Irukade ella amendment of income tax will come in Finance Act. So, Finance Act will come and tell you what amendments to make in income tax. Then automatically it will be assumed as a part of income tax. It will be assumed as a part of income tax. But in all practical sense, if you tell someone that you want Income Tax Act 1961, he will give you the 1961 Act, which will have all the old laws. You have to make it very clear that you want Income Tax Act 1961 amended up to Finance Act 2023. You have to make it very clear. You have to make it very clear. If the person is a smart person, you come and tell him you want Income Tax Act, he will give you the 1961 Act and come and say, here is the act, vechiko. Then you are screwed. Then you are screwed. You will not be able to find anything in that because everything will be old. There and all, if you read, no, the tax rate will come and say 8 annas 5%, 10 annas 10%. What is annas? No, unuku theriyadu. Yes or no? Yes, those are old currencies. Those are old currencies. So be very clear about the fact that when you ask someone about a income tax and you ask someone about the tax rates, you have to ask them the right question. The right question is, you want Income Tax Act 1961 amended up to Finance Act. Your choice. Your choice. It depends on what kind of questions are being asked. If they come and say, I want it for financial year 24-25, you will say Finance Act 2020. Clearer? Clearer? Everyone? Yes. So general thought, keep it in mind that if you are going to write an exam for May 24 and November 24, your Finance Act is Finance Act 2020. 1 year back. 1 year back. 24 ku 23, 25 ku. Yes, I will keep asking this question every single class. Every single class. You are writing for which financial year, you are writing for which Finance Act. It is important. If you want to clear November, keep it in mind. If not, your choice. Seriya? Seriya? Polama? Yes. So 2 things we have learned. This is how our Finance Act is now coming into picture. We have put a chapa and now this has officially become a Finance. Happy? Sorry, Fruit Act. It has become a Fruit Act. Sorry, FF. Yes, it has become a Fruit Act 2020-24. Yes, we have officially implemented an act. Going forward, if you see tomato, tomato is. Yes. Going forward, in India, anyone goes and reads, you will tell Sri Pragya has decided that tomato is a fruit. Eggplant is a. நீங்க சொல்லிட்டீங்க அதனால அப்படி போச்சு. இனிமேல we will talk in this lines. We will talk in this lines. நாளைக்கு உனக்கு யாரோ கேட்டா டொமேட்டோ எப்படிப்பா ஃப்ரூட் இருக்குன்னா நாங்க தான் சொன்னோம் அதனால இருக்கு. हमारे यहाँ ऐसा ही होता है. அவ்வளவுதான். சரியா? எஸ்ஸா? எஸ். நாங்க ஒஃபிஷியல் பண்ணிட்டோமா, இதுக்கு மேல தப்பு போட முடியாது. சேஞ்ச் பண்ணனும் அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆக்ட் அமெண்ட் பண்ணனும், அது கஷ்டம். நான் பண்ண முடியாது. சரியா? Yes. Anyway, let's come back. We have completed our fruit laws. We have completed our fruit laws by introducing Fruit Act. We also somehow did the fruit rules. Somehow did the fruit rules where I came and told you, you have to do the MSP, the minimum selling prices in notify panno, the number of fruits which you want, you have to notify, how to make an application and all, you have to notify. Pesnoma pesliya. Yes. Now rules also looks something similar. Rules also looks something similar. When you call it as Fruit Act 2024, you will also introduce something called as Fruit Rules 2024. The only thing is different about Fruit Act and Fruit Rules is the way of reading it. The way of reading it. For example, if you're reading Fruit Act, and I say it is section 2IA, how will you read it? Section 2, clause I, subclause A. Section 2, clause I, subclause A. Yes or no? Yes or no? When it comes to rules, I will call it as, let's say it is like this. Read it now. Rule 3. Rule 3. Sub rule. It is Rule 3, Sub Rule 1, Clause 5, Subclause 8. Subclause 8. Rahul, in rules can be directly go to clause? Not really. Not really. Think about it. You are creating a rule for one item, which means it is all linked. அப்போ எப்போமே ரூல் இருக்கும்போது சப் ரூல் வந்து தான் ஆகும். There can never be a scenario where you can go to rules and directly clause. Doesn't work. Sectionல அப்படி ஆகலாம். Rulesல ஆக முடியாது. Yes, when you create a rule is for one item. So which means it will be rule 3, sub rule 1. You can never have rule 3 clause A. வராது. நான் பார்க்கிறது வரைக்கும் வராது. Yes, வேற ஏதோ இருக்குன்னா கண்டுபிடிச்சு சொல்லுங்க. இப்போதுக்கு I have never seen a scenario where rule 3 is having not a sub rule, which means rule பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் it is rule, sub rule, subclause, clause and subclause. Clear? All clear? Yes, yes. Rahul, what is this clause, subclause? It's the same like your word document. Word documentல நீங்க 1 போட்டுட்டு உள்ள ஏதோ போடணும்னா A, B போடுவீங்க. அதான் that what you put inside is subsection. அதுக்கு உள்ள ஏதோ போடணும்னா clause, அதுக்கு உள்ள ஏதோ போடணும்னா அதுக்குள்ள ஏதோ போட முடியுமா? போட முடியாது. போட முடியாது. That is how it will work. Yes. Rahul, I am creating an explanation. I am creating an explanation. Explanation குள்ள 1 போட்டிருக்கேன். அதுக்கு அப்புறம் ABC போட்டிருக்கேன். What will that be called? We put an explanation here somewhere, no? எங்க போட்டோம்? We said it as for the purpose of this clause, product only includes plant-based produce, whether given naturally or approved laboratory. Suppose here I am putting one more A. How will I read this? How will I read this? It will not go to section, subsection. It will go to directly clause. So this is clause A of explanation 1. If at all there is one here, there is nothing given. So we will say clause A of explanation. Clause A of explanation. Yes. So how will you read this? You will read it as clause A of explanation of clause V of section 2. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is clause A of explanation of clause 5. Clause 5, clause V, whatever it is. Clause V of section number 2. Section number 2. Ippo purida. Background clear? Yes. Now you see how to read a law. I'm sorry, how to read an act. Now you see how to read an act. Yes or no? Yes, yes. Now one place somewhere we told about this non-obstante clause, notwithstanding anything contained in section number 4, where we came and said if you want to make section 5 as superior to section 4, you will start with notwithstanding. The wordings of notwithstanding is not important. What comes later is important. What comes later is important. You are saying notwithstanding anything contained in section 4, which means 5 is superior to only. It is not superior to anything else. It is not superior to anything else. In some cases of income tax, you will see it will say notwithstanding anything contained in the act itself. It means that now becomes, it has the biggest weight now. It has the biggest weight now. Some places it will come and say notwithstanding anything contrary contained in any other act. Notwithstanding anything contained contrary in any other section. அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்? அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்? If that thing is aligned to this, then no problem. But if it is against this, then this will become superior. Wordings are very important. Wordings are very important. Read the wordings very carefully. If I come and say notwithstanding anything contained in any other section, it means this is the superior most. If I say notwithstanding anything contrary contained in any other section, it means if they are same, then you read it together. But if they are opposites, then I am superior. I am superior. Clear? Not clear? Clear? Here. Rahul, what if you want to make this section inferior to the other section? அதுவும் பண்ணலாம். You can make one section inferior to the other section also. How do you write that? How do you write that? You write it as, you write it as subject to the provisions of section 4. The moment you say subject to the provisions of section 4, it means 4 is superior than me. 4 is superior than me. If 4 says something, that is what you have to follow. Keep that in mind when you read me. Keep that in mind when you read me. Don't come and tell I am superior. I cannot be followed unless and until section 4 is satisfied. Unless and until section 4 is satisfied. Now makes sense. Now makes sense. Yes. So the notwithstanding is called as non-obstante clause. Subject to provision is called as inferiority clause. Subject to the provision is called as inferiority clause. This is how you have to overall read an act. This is how you have to overall read an act. Yes or no? Yes. So in an act, what you will find is section, subsection, clause, subclause, provisos, explanations, non-obstante clause, inferiority clause. inferiority clause. Adu thavara you may also have something called as schedules. You may have something called as, what is schedules? Schedules are like annexures. Schedules are like annexures where you have come and said that there is a big list of items. Suppose in the fruit definition you would have not said includes, you would have said means. In that case fruit would have become exhaustive. When fruit has become exhaustive, you have to now tell all the fruits. Can you put it in the act? Can you go to section 2 and put one by one all the items? Now what will you do? You will create a schedule. So you will come and say fruit as defined in schedule number 1. And then you will prepare an annexure called schedule number 1. In that you will put all the list. In that you will put all the list. Yes or no? Yes. When you go to GST, the first thing which you will be learning is called as definition of supply. Definition of GST will come and say supply means supply as defined in schedule 1. Supply means supply as defined in schedule 1. அப்படினா supply னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Schedule 1 படிச்சா அதுல தெரியும். But it does not include supply defined in schedule 2. என்னவா? Supply means supply defined in schedule 1, but it does not include supply defined in schedule 2. அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்? Schedule 1 ல இருந்தா supply, schedule 2 ல இருந்தா take it out. Take it out. Yes or no? Yes. Now understand, when you're talking about sale of goods and services, there will be big list or small list? Big list. அதனால செக்ஷன்ல போட முடியல. That is why they put a schedule. That is why they put a schedule. Makes sense. Makes sense. Everyone. Yes. Question. Rahul, schedule is superior or act is superior? Yeah, sorry. ரெண்டு ஒன்று தான். Schedule is superior or section is superior? Schedule is a part of act, so it cannot be superior. My question is, schedule is superior or section is superior? Schedule is superior or section is superior? Section is superior. Again, section is superior. If section comes and tells something, schedule cannot overturn it unless and until schedule gives a specific power. Unless and until schedule gives a specific power. For example, when you go to Companies Act, you would have read something called a small company. கேட்டிருக்கீங்களா? A small company க்கு ஒரு definition இருக்கு. Where they come and say small company means a company whose turnover is not more than 2 கோடியா? 40 ஆச்சா? It is 40 right now? Okay. So basically what happened is, if you actually read the section, if you actually கேளு சரி, doesn't matter, பாஸ் ஆயிட்டீங்களா? போறோம். தப்பா இருந்தா என்ன சர்டிபிகேட்டை தூக்கி போட போறீங்க? ஒன்றும் நடக்க போறது இல்லைல்ல, அப்புறம் என்ன? Yes, understand. If you go and read Companies Act today, Companies Act will not say 40 crores. Companies Act will come and say small company means a company whose turnover will be as per the defined terms, which shall not exceed 200 crores. அவங்க என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா, I am not deciding what the small company turnover is. எனக்கு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் the ROC can decide it. எனக்கு பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் the ROC can decide it, but at no point of time ROC can decide a turnover more than 200 crores. Today the turnover is 40. Is it within 200? Yes, which means what ROC is decided is legal. Tomorrow if ROC comes and says small company means a company which turnover is up to 250 crores, are they allowed? No, because Act has put an overall cap. Act has put an overall cap where they have come and said overall you cannot have more than 200 crores. In that case, rule will become invalid. அதே மாதிரி schedule ஆகலாம். Sometimes what can happen is, you may come and say, if you want to make an application, you have to pay me a fees. They can come and say the fees may be as defined in the schedule, but shall not exceed in any case more than 1000 rupees. அப்படின்னா schedule like, can you put a number of 1500? Can you put a number of 500? புரியுதா? Yes. If the act is giving you special powers to change the schedule, then it is permitted. But if they put an overall cap, schedule will be inferior to the act. Act and a section basically will be inferior to the section. Clear? Yes. Now you have an overall idea of how an act and rules look like.
Sir.
Yes, ma.
Sir, if these explain
Okay. You understand the notwithstanding, right? We already discussed it earlier. Do you understand? Okay. So notwithstanding is a case where I'm coming and saying that section 4, I want to introduce something in section 5 which should become superior to section 4. How will I do that? I will introduce something called as notwithstanding anything contained in section 4. When you read like this, you will now understand the fact that if at all there is something in section 4, forget that, first come and look at section 5. Okay. Assuming I want to make a section which is inferior to section 4, what will I put? I'll put the line called as subject to the provisions of section 4. Now when I put the line as subject to the provisions of section 4, it means padikkumodu first you should read 4, then you should go to 5. then you should go to 5. The order of priority automatically changes. The order of priority automatically changes. Clear? All right. Perfect. Yes, ma. Clauses are not related to each other. They are. I mean, it's a part of the subdivision, no? Yes, they are. When you go from section and you don't find anything in the section which is related, then you directly jump to clause because you cannot have a subsection. But when you create a clause, obviously you have to create a subclause to it also. So they're all linked to each other. Yes, don't get confused by the English people. At the end of the day, imagine your Microsoft Word. When you're typing a document, what will you do? You will create a 1, adukule you'll create an A, adukule you create Roman numeral 1, adukule you will create that bullet. The one which you created is section. The A which you created is subsection. Adukule you created Roman numeral which is clause. Adukule you created bullet which is all of them. What you did in Word document is what you're doing here. Just that you have put English against it here. All of the difference. Nothing else is the difference. Okay? Yes. Because obviously when you're reading an act, you cannot come and say bullet. Kindly refer bullet 2. Bullet 2 na enna artham? Yes or no? So adanale they are giving you words called as clause and subclause. That is the only difference. Beyond that, there is no difference to things. Clear? Hello? Polama. Yes. Let's come back to our laws. We have done what is fruit law. In that we have done fruit act, fruit rules. Next is circulars, notifications. Finally, case laws. Now, case laws, I'm assuming you know. I'm assuming. What is case laws? What is case laws? Assume பண்ணிட்டேன் அசிங்கமா இருக்கு. What is case laws? Very simple. Tomorrow when an act has created something and the act is not clear and you are not happy with it, what will you do? You will go fight. You will go fight with the person or with the court? You will go fight with the person in the court. You will go fight with the person in the court. Yes. Now, fighting does not mean that you are going and hitting him or hard or anything. Yes, it's not a physical fight. It is more of an interpretational fight. Please understand whatever laws we are reading, at least right now in CA are all civil laws. We are not reading criminal laws. So our responsibility does not lie with criminal responsibilities. Our laws only lie with civil responsibilities. Yes. So at no point of time in any of our laws you will come and see that we can hang someone to death. Cannot work out. Just because you're evading taxes, at best they can put you in jail. That's all. Yes. There also they cannot sentence you for lifetime imprisonment. Not possible. Any civil laws cannot permit you to have a lifetime imprisonment. At best what they can do is they can put you a civil imprisonment for maximum 7 years, 10 years. In my income tax it is 7 years. Okay, maximum 7 da pod mudiyum. Adukapro they cannot put you in jail. If they want to put anything beyond that, they have to put a criminal proceeding on you. Like the Satyam scam, they came and said you have done a fraud. That was not under income tax. That was not under accounts. It was done under criminal laws. You have another act for criminal proceedings called, very good, we call it as CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code. That is how it is called. Other act is called as CPC, which is Civil Procedure Code. If you want to do something like that, hang someone to death, put him in lifetime imprisonment, kill him off right away, all those things are only done by CRPC. We don't have authorities. We are only discussing a civil law. Yes. Now what has happened is I have an interpretational challenge with you. I think something, you think something, both are having a problem. Let's go and fight in court. Now I am doing income tax. How will I fight? Generally what will happen is they will not come and say I am today suing you in court, so directly meet in high court. See, high court already has too much job. So what will happen is generally any act will first create their own appeal body. Every act will create their own appeal body. For example, if you are running a fruit act, you will create your own appeal body called as Fruit Appellate Authority. Adhe mari income tax has created two appeal bodies. We call them as CIT bracket A. Full form solo bapmo. At least some words you can find out. A means appeal. T means, I means இது மட்டும் தெரியும்ல. Yes, left off is C is nothing but commissioner. C is nothing but commissioner. So the person to whom you'll first level file your appeal is commissioner of income tax appeals. Commissioner of income tax appeals. I'm clarifying it right now itself, not relevant for syllabus. Case laws is not a part of a syllabus, but good to know. Good to know. நாளைக்கு இன்டர்வியூ போகும்போது யாரை இவனை கேட்டக்கூடாது. Yes, we are having the first person who's going to whom you are going to file an appeal is CIT, Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals. Rahul, the decision is passed. CIT is not in my favor. What will you do? Again fight. Again fight. Next level of person which I told you in our body we have created is called as IT, AT. IT, AT. Now here is where the challenge is. Rahul, which T is tax? The second one is tax because munadi is I. Pathingla. So it is income tax. It is income tax appellate authority. It is income tax appellate authority. IT, AT. We call it as ITAT. We call it as ITAT. It is income tax appellate authority. Income tax appellate authority. Yes or no? Yes or no? Rahul, this person is also not in my favor. Now you will have no other option but to move to High Court. District courts are only used for criminal proceedings. We then move directly to High Court. Which High Court will you go to? Depends on where the fight is going on. Depends on where the fight is going on. If you are right now sitting in Chennai and that person is sitting in Delhi, then you now have to make a decision who will take the thing. Who will take the thing? You can decide one of the two. You can decide one of the two. If you file the appeal, you will file it in Chennai. If he is filing the appeal, he will file it in. Either way works. Either way works. Yes or no? Yes. So the next thing which you will be filing it is to High Court. Rahul, High Court is also not in my favor. Hit Supreme Court. Hit Supreme Court. Is there only in that's it. Yes, I've been hearing this nonsense from a lot of people where there was something like this. What happened is I think there was some short form. Ibdino short form in and they were playing a normal game in market where they were coming and saying, tell me the full form of this. Tell me the full form of this. One of the females on the video came and said, SC Supreme Court of Hyderabad. And she was confident. Matlab, the male which is sitting next to him is like, hey, yennada pesa. Nothing you know. What civics do you know? I know it is Supreme Court of Hyderabad. And that guy is like, no, I have not come with this woman. I don't know who she is. Yosibar. Supreme Court of Hyderabad. Yes, Supreme Court in India is only in. There is only Supreme Court. There is only one Supreme Court. Yes or no? Yes. This full form was something else. I don't know what full form it was. They were apparently playing a game in an engineering company. So this was some engineering related abbreviation. Yes. So Supreme Court is there only in India, Delhi, one place. India, Delhi, one place. This is our apex court of India. This is our apex. Apex means only one. This is our apex court of India. Rahul, Supreme Court has passed a judgment not in your favor. No. Supreme Court has passed a decision not in your favor. This becomes the law of the land. This becomes the law of the land. Yes, I know I told you about international court. Please understand, international court can only be approached only for cases which are cross-border. One of the party at least should be a foreign person. You cannot go to international court and come and say, I am Indian, he is also Indian, my India is not helping me. It's not possible. It's not possible. You cannot go to international court and come and say, Indians and Indians are fighting and India is only deciding, therefore you come into picture. Varadu. That cannot work out. International courts, international arbitrations only happen in case when there is a cross-border issue. Vodafone case which I told you was a case with Vodafone Netherlands. Adanale we were able to fight, or they were able to appeal. They were able to appeal because Vodafone Netherlands was coming to India and fighting the case. They came and said, why should I spend so much time? Supreme Court decision mood anadakapro. They went to international court and came and said, I am not happy with what India is doing. I am not happy with what India is doing. Imagine if it was Vodafone India. Can Vodafone India come and say, I am not happy with what India is doing? You are an Indian only. What are you not happy with? Yes or no? Yes. So please understand, International Court of Justice and all is only for foreign categories. In inter level, you only have Indian category people. Therefore, it is maximum High Court, Supreme Court. It is maximum Supreme Court. You cannot have more than Supreme Court. You cannot have more than Supreme Court. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Rahul, if Supreme Court passes a decision, it is applicable to whole India. India is Yes, if Supreme Court passes the decision, it applies to whole of India. If High Court passes the decision, it applies to whole of state. It applies to the whole of state. Rahul, can I use Delhi High Court's decision? Can I use Delhi High Court's decision? Yes. Refer panna. But my Madras High Court does not have to rely on him. Madras High Court can come and say, yeah, I can rely on, I do not have to follow him. I can rely on him. If he has thought through the process, I can take it as a reference. But you cannot come and force me to come and say, no, Delhi passed, so you also passed. That is not my job. That is why what happens is sometimes when you see, one court will come and say allowed, one court will come and say not allowed. Now you are stuck which you should follow. At this point of time, they will come and say, if the court which allowed is yours, then you have to allow. If the court which did not allow is yours, then you have to not allow. That is how it will work out. Yes or no? Yes. So Supreme Court is applicable to whole of India. High Court is applicable to whole of ITAT is applicable to whole of state. Once again, ITAT is also similar to state. CIT is applicable to you and your officer. CIT is applicable to you and your officer. No one can know otherwise. Any decision which is passed by CIT will not be informed to anyone in the market. No one will know. I cannot know what was decision passed for you. So I do not have control itself. When I don't even know, I cannot even do anything with it. That is how the jurisdictional proceedings will follow. At any point of time, one can refer another, but they cannot abide to it. They don't need to abide to it. They can tell, I want to follow an independent choice. I can do it on my own. But at the same time, Madras High Court cannot do like that. Judge 1 of Madras High Court cannot come and say, I don't like Madras to Judge High Court. Yes. Two people sitting in the same Madras High Court cannot come and say, I don't like this person's face, so I will not follow. He has to follow. When your judge itself is coming and saying, you have to mandatory follow. Clear? Hello. Keep that in mind. Polama. Yes. The left two items are your circulars and notification. Quick question before I ask. Theriyuma enna? Yarukaachu theriyuma? Ortha kuda illiya? Unnume theriyada?
Is it the same as company circulars?
It's the same everywhere. Any law will have a circular and notification. What is it is my question. Announcements is circular or notification?
Circular is within the
Fill in the blanks, sir.
company organization. Here
Announcement to is what update do you want from income tax? In the what do you want to hear from them? Who got married there, is it? Deadline, sir. You don't know that? Act clear again. Are you assuming things based on English or are you aware about it? If you are assuming things based on English also, you should have the right answer. It's unfortunately not coming. My question is very simple. Have you heard about this word called circular in the past? Where? What is it for? Passing? To whom? Ask yourself one simple question. The circulars which are being notified in your school was to tell it to the students or to tell it to the teachers normally? It was to inform to the management team, staffing team and all. Yes, was it applicable to your students? Not so much. Generally, they will not put anything in a circular which has to be informed to students. They will only put those items in circular which has to be informed to. Yes or no? Which means think about it. School has passed a circular to inform their own teachers. Income tax will pass a circular to inform their own. Who's staff? Staff na puna.
officers.
Very good. Their own officers. Now this you understood. My question is, what are they going to inform? How to work, how to walk. Circulars provide information, guidance, rules and background information. Adana law. What are you doing in act then? No, no, no. Take the simple example. I'm going to draw something. No one is supposed to question. Okay. See, I'm getting paid by hour, so I'm bored. போறோம் சரி போறோம் open house discussion looking at the image, what do you think it is? One by one, looking at it. I don't care, it can be anything. You should tell me what you think. I don't want open discussions. Okay, you tell me what you think. It can be as double meaning as possible. I don't care. Enna indalo okay, be honest. What came to your mind first time when you saw it is what my question is. Open house. Huh? Sedimentation அப்படினா சயின்ஸா நீ? காமர்ஸ் தான். ஐயோ, பாய் ஃப்ரெண்ட் சயின்ஸா? பெரிய வார்த்தையில பேசுறீங்க. வாட் இஸ் செடிமெண்டேஷன்? Hey, one second. Sure. For what? No, tank for what? Tank for what? Na geta. For cleaning water, is it? Acha. So this is some sedimentation tank for cleaning water. Okay, no problem. Good enough. What is the and the line enna irukku? It's okay. At least he's trying. Next. Aquarium. Fish. Acha. And the red color fish. Pah. Aquarium. Hey. One-on-one discussion. Hey, sure. Blueberry mojito. Blueberry. It's called mojito, ma. Seriya. Mojito. Beakers. Okay. Beaker with a straw. Next. Quickly. Swimming pool. Seri, okay. Swimming pool. Polluted water is? Polluted water. Seri, okay. Sorry, da. Mocktail with edible straw. Seri, adana blueberry mojito. Almost similar. Inga edible straw mattum extra potrenda. Edible straw. Walking stick. Why did you put a walking stick inside by the water bottle with sorry, bottle bucket alone with walking stick. கொஞ்சம் நல்லாவா பண்ணிருக்கணும். சரி, okay. Next. That's all. Mop. Seri, okay, yeah, something like that only. Engyo. Seri, water bottle, walking stick ella onnada. Bucket is the same thing. Size mattum maarudhu avladha. Boba tea, no. Tea only, no, generally it is. Color potirpen naan. Boba drink. Okay. Boba is that new Japanese style. You will have small beads inside the drink. All South Bombay girls only, no pearls only. Anything else? Anything else? No. Blueberry is blue, is it? I thought blueberry is black in color. Blackberry is only blue. And that confusion is there. Ilya. I always had this confusion. Whenever you see blueberry, it is in black color. And when you see blackberry, it is in blue color. That's it. Okay, good enough. Good enough. There is this one soda bottle, right, in which blue will come. Blue Lagoon no solvanga. When you drink that goli soda and all, you will have a blue color goli soda. It will be called as Blue Lagoons. Correct? Something like that. Great enough. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Good to go? Good to go? Yes. Now, I gave you a simple question. Sorry, ma? Copper sulfate. C2SO4 then. CuSO4. CuSO4 solution. Sorry, da. First word எனக்கு புரியல. First word எனக்கு புரியல. சொல்றா. டேய். Fishing அது எப்படி ரெட்ல இருக்கும்? நீ blood கூட சொன்னா நான் ஒத்துருப்பேன். That will still be brown in color. Anyway, I think, can we stop with this? Can we stop with this? Yes. Now, think about why I asked this question to you. I told you that you are the Ministry of Agriculture. You're the Ministry of Agriculture and you have this item in your hand. You have this item in your hand. Imagine all of you are the Ministry of Agriculture. Everyone had a different opinion. Everyone had a different opinion. Now, imagine one scenario where what is happening is you all, I gave you a job where I came and said, yes, you are the Ministry of Agriculture. Go to every one state and sit. And you become the officer there. You become the officer there. Yes or no? Yes. I'm giving you this task. I'm giving this task, become the officer there. Now, imagine a scenario, Rahul, right now lives in Chennai, has created this product. Yes. The question which has come is, since you are the Ministry of Agriculture, you now need to decide whether it's a legal product or an illegal product. You can have your thoughts. Like for example, if you come and say that, yes, Act comes and says, if it is something which is chemical in nature, then it's hazardous to India, therefore it is banned. If you come and say it is something drinkable and all, you can allow it only up to a certain quantity. And if you say it is something which is good for the society, then you can allow in any quantity. Clear? Yes, this is what I have notified in the Act, where I have come and said hazardous product not allowed. Drinkable product allowed in certain quantity. If it is good for the society, then it is fully allowed. Yes, now you are my officers. I have sent you to every one state. Yes, Rahul is starting from Chennai. Rahul has made this product. And does not know what to do with it. Can he sell it in full? Can he sell it in small, or can he not even sell it? Background clear? Story clear? Yes. Now I started in Chennai. When I was sitting in Chennai, one of your officers came and said, this is a beaker with a glass straw. This is a beaker with a glass straw. Where will you classify this? Fully saleable, partly saleable, not saleable. Fully saleable. So she is saying, Rahul, it is fully saleable. Because it is looking like a good product, it can be used in the market. Based on her approval, I started the process. I started making it a bulk product. Big products, and I made a huge business in it. But because she is a government officer, I made her to leave. So she was deputed somewhere else, transfer, and someone else came in. Now the person who came in is the person who came and looked at it as polluted water. So she is my new officer in Chennai. By the time she comes to Chennai, I have already made bulk mass products. She comes and looks at my factory and she comes and says, what are you manufacturing? This looks like polluted water. Would you like me to sell it? Sell it or not sell it? So she decided, Rahul, shut down your business right away. I am worried now. Based on her approval, I decided to make mass production. 5,000 crores worth of products I have made. And she is coming and saying, Rahul, close everything down. 5,000 crores for me, big loss. அப்படியே விட்டுருவேனா? No. I know that she is the one who's not happy with me in Chennai. So what I decided, I said, anyway, I've made the product. If I'm not able to sell it in Chennai, let me sell it somewhere else. I made a little further. I went to Tirupati. In Tirupati, when I was sitting, the officer with the aquarium, came and said, yes, looks like an aquarium product. You want to? She said, fully sell, no problem. Sell fully, no problem. So I decided, okay, great. Tirupati, fully saleable, 5,000 crores product. I took to Tirupati. I sold everything. Now I have two bases. One is in Chennai, one is in Tirupati, and I'm making so much sales. 5,000 crores I'm making. Will I be sitting only in these two states? I will also move to other locations. Now I moved to 5 different locations. Kerala, Andhra, Karnataka, where and all. Yes, one of those locations was the person who looked at sedimentation tank. Yes, madam, sedimentation tank, fully approved, not approved, part approved, full approved, no quantity. So she said fully approved. So Karnataka, I got express approval, I'm selling fully. I moved to another place. The other place is coming and saying this is C2SO4 solution. Part approved, full approved, part approved. So she's coming and saying I can only sell 100 quantity here, not more than that. I went to some other place. They're coming and saying looks like something drinkable. This is a boba drink. Fully saleable. I went to some other place. The person is looking at blueberry mojito with edible straw. Partial sale. So she is like, no. See, boba drink fully saleable, blueberry drink partial saleable. Yes or no? Yes. One more location pending. Swimming pool. Yaar ma enna fully. Water bottle with walking stick. Walking stick பிரச்சனையா இருக்கு. என்ன வேணும்? Walking stick. Very okay. Think about it. Rahul made one product. One state is coming and saying sell. One state is saying don't sell. One state is saying partial sale. We all are sitting in India. I made one product. I want one clarity whether it will be sold or not sold. And you people are sitting and breaking my head. One person is coming and saying sell, one person is saying not sell. Do you think I can do business? No. Now understand a simple question. You all are a part of one ministry. You all should talk one language, but you itself are talking different language. Do you think I can run my business now? Who is the mistake here? You people are the mistake. Yes or no? I'll give you a simple example. Imagine one day your stomach is paining. You go to a doctor. One doctor you go, the doctor comes and says, yeah, no problem, stomach pain, take 2 medicines, tomorrow it will be okay. You took 2 medicines, nothing was okay. You went to a second doctor. Person comes and says, sir, big problem, there is some big hazardous product in your stomach, surgery pannom. You said, surgery enala mudiyadhu sir, injection paatha bayama irukku. You went to a third doctor. Third doctor comes and says, you have got something which you should have not got. எனக்கே புரியல. I was like, sir, என்ன சார் பேசுறீங்க? உங்களுக்கு கேன்சர் ஆச்சுப்பா, stomach cancer for you. You have 3 more months to live. I'm like, sir, first doctor சொன்னா 2 மெடிசன் எடுத்தா போறோம், நீங்க 3 மாசம் வேற சொல்றீங்க. He's like, okay, 3 more months na, how many more time do I have? No, 3 more months was 3 more months before. You have 3 more months to live. From when? From 3 months before. Which means you're dying. Now you are not trusting anyone. What will you do? You will suddenly go and hit Google. Stomach pain, what are the precautions? Google will start different level. Symptoms of stomach pain. These are the possible side effects. You may be a zombie. Imagine one small stomach pain. 4 different doctors are telling 4 different things. One person told no problem, you live. One person is saying you're dying today itself. Will you be able to work? Will you be able to run? Will you be able to survive? Mind ange poidum. Yes or no? Imagine the same example in any law. Act is saying something. You did something. You went to one officer, officer is saying great, approved. One officer is saying not approved. One officer is saying I have doubts. I have doubts. Will you be able to work? What do you want? You want clarity. You want clarity. Do I want clarity or you want clarity? You want clarity. What will you do? You all will go to your mother and come and say, dear mom, namakke purila, kaapatrunga. Who is your mother? Who is your mother? Your mother is the central board of fruit affairs. You are all ministers. But ungalku mele irukkudu the board. There is one person on the leadership. There is one person on the leadership. You will go to the leader and come and say, dear leader, we don't know what to do. You tell me what to do. You tell me what to do. Now that person can make a decision. Now that person can be one of you itself. Yes or no? Yes or no? That person can be one of you. Let's assume that the person is this aquarium person. She is the leader. She comes and says, yes, enakku portha varaikku this is an aquarium. Now when your mom has come and told it is aquarium, you will say no, it is not. Or will you say yes, it is aquarium? Now tomorrow if I come to all of you, every one of you will come and say this is. Every one of you will come and say this is fully saleable. Now do I have clarity? Do I have clarity? Yes or no? Yes or no? What happened now? What happened now? Your mother came and informed you that yes, this is an aquarium. What will she do? She'll come to every one of your house and come and inform? Or she will pass a circular. She'll pass a circular. The circular will be passed by your mother to clarify that yes, this is an issue which has come before me. As per my understanding, this is what it is. This is what it is. Going forward, all my child should only follow this. Going forward, all my child should only follow this. Circulars are basically a clarification given by CBDT to its own officers. A clarification given by CBDT to its own officers on how something should be understood and interpreted. How something should be understood and interpreted. Ippo logic purida. Yes or no? Yes or no? Question. Assume that Rahul, the person who was the CBDT head, is the C2SO4 person. Illa. There is no not saleable itself, is it? Polluted water, sorry. So the person who is actually the CBDT head is the polluted water person. And the CBDT head comes and says, this is polluted water. Going forward, all my officers should come and call it as. Rahul should going forward not tell. Rahul is happy. Rahul is happy. No. What will Rahul do? Rahul will come and say, yes, mother of CBDT has come and said, do no, so I will also not do it. Correct? Correct? Will Rahul follow? Rahul comes and thinks it can be something else also. In this case, Rahul should go to courts. Yes or no? Yes or no? Which means even if the CBDT comes and says that this is a polluted water, Rahul has to agree, does not have to agree. Rahul has to agree, does not have to agree. Does not have to agree. Rahul does not have to agree. In simple words, circulars are binding on officers, not binding on public. Hello. Yes or no? Yes or no? School, when they give circular, it is binding on your teachers. It is not binding on the students. Students can come and say teachers are only responsible. I am not responsible. You would have seen this example, no? One circular would have come and said, "Ini mele all PT period will become maths period." This is for teachers. Students can come and object. Yes or no? Students can come and say, "No, I want my PT period. I don't want my maths period." Can you object? You can object. Which means circulars are binding on you, not binding on you. Purida, Purilia. Yes. If I teach you in the normal way, you will not understand. Example, ipo puriyum. Yes. Keep it in mind. Circulars are binding on officers, not binding on public. Not binding on public. Clarity? Yes. Question. Go back to the old example. Where the person who was the CBDT head is the aquarium person. Now, is it in my favor? Yes. Am I able to sell it freely? Will I come and object? Do you think I'll go to court and come and say, no, why did this person call it as aquarium? I don't want it to be called as aquarium. Will I do that? When it is already in my favor, will I put my leg into it? Which means, can I use circulars then? Yes. Yes or no? Think about it. If CBDT has come and told this is an aquarium, can you come and say this is not an aquarium? Can you come and say, you are the officers, can you come and say this is not an aquarium? No. Can I come and say this is not an aquarium? Yes. But can I also come and say this is an aquarium? Which means power is in my hand. Power is in my hand to use it, or you don't have any powers. I have powers. Purida Purilia. Yes. In simple words, circulars are binding on officers. Circulars are not binding on public, but public can use it if it is beneficial. Public can use it if it is beneficial. Hey, Purida. Hello. Everyone. Yes. Yes. This circular is the same in any law. Ni company la ponalo okay, ni income tax la ponalo okay. Everyone will have circulars. Every act will have a circulars. Be careful that circulars are first issued by the board. It is issued for officers. It is binding on, not binding on. Public can use it if it is. Purida. Yes. Aparal, what is notification? English la irukku. English says notification means to notify. I am trying to notify something. Now, question to you is, I am telling Rahul rules are there. Rules came on the first day itself, correct? No, it comes over time. If you have to change some rules, rules also have to change over time. Immediate change agno. Now, when a rule is going to be changed, it will be applicable to everyone. So we need to inform everyone that yes, rule is going to change. How will you notify? By using notifications. Yes or no? Yes or no? I'll give you a simple example. You are coming and saying income tax return filing due date is 31st July. Return filing due date is 31st July. 31st July correctly COVID hit. Return file panna mudila. Only your problem or everyone's problem? Everyone will go and do what? Everyone will go and inform ministry that, dear ministry, I don't think I can file it on 31st July. Give me 5 more days. Possible? Not possible. Now, tomorrow ministry has to give you 5 more days. He has to inform everyone in India or only one person? He'll do it by circular, correct? He'll do it by. If he gives it by circular, what will happen? It will only bind on. I also need to know. So therefore, they'll issue it by. In simple words, notification is binding on both. Notification is binding on officer and public. Can public now come and say, I don't want it? Public has to follow. Public has to follow. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? MCQ question for your exam. MCQ question for your exam. Circular is binding on. Notification is binding on both. Notification is binding on both. Clear? Yes. Now, Rahul, what can you use notification? You can use it for anything. Extending due dates, clarifying something which even public should know, notifying a special person, or amending a rule. Anything can be done. As long as it is supposed to be binded on the public also, it will be done by notifications. If it is not supposed to be binded on the public, it is done by circulars. It is done by circulars. Clear? Not clear? Clear? Question to you. Rahul, can CBDT come and say something is taxable by way of circular? By way of notification, sorry. Act is not coming and saying it is taxable or not taxable. CBDT puts out a notification, comes and says, Act is not clarifying, therefore I am clarifying it is taxable for public also. Can they do so? Can they do so? Can they do so? No. Why? I told you already, CBDT does not have power over Act. Act itself is not clear. Can CBDT make it clear? No. You cannot introduce anything to the public which is not even in your scope. If something was to be made taxable, it can only be made taxable by Act. Cannot be made taxable by rules. Rules are nothing but notifications. Notifications are coming through rules only. So can CBDT come and say this is taxable by notification? No. Can CBDT come and say this is taxable by circular? Can they say it is taxable by circular? Yes. Why? Because they are only informing their officers. They are not informing me. So they can come and tell, going forward, if you see this case, make it taxable for everyone. Yes or no? Yes or no? Now I have an opportunity. I will come and say, boss, you tell your officers, I am not responsible. I will go and fight in court. Yes or no? Yes or no? Which means, does CBDT have the power to make something taxable which is not there in the Act? No. Because they don't have power, they will do it by circulars. They will not do it by notifications. Clear? Not clear? Clear? I'll give you some cases. Cases like this in the past. Currently amendments alla vanduchu. Earlier and all, what happened is something was not clarified. assessees were coming and claiming everything is not taxable. What happened at a certain point of time, courts also started saying not taxable, but it was not final because High Court had not passed, Supreme Court had not passed. In this point of time, what happened is income tax officer CBDT decided that we will issue a circular and inform all my officers going forward that forget about whether a court is allowing it or not. You say it is taxable. You say it is taxable. They also issued a notification to come and say this is taxable. What did we do? We went to courts and we came and said, I'm sorry, sir, notification is ultra vires. Notification is ultra vires. CBDT has no authority to come and say what is taxable and what is not taxable. They only have an authority to clarify that it is taxable. If they want, they could have done it by circular, not by. Since they did it by notification, I'm sorry, take it away. Take it away. We filed a writ petition to High Court. We came and told High Court, I'm sorry, this is not right. This is not right. What did High Court say? What did High Court say? High Court said, yes, what you said is right. Delete the notification. Delete the notification. Assume notification is not valid. Forget it off. Assume it is not valid. Income tax got ego clash. Income tax got ego clash. What they did? What they did? Next year, Act itself got changed. Next year, Act itself got changed. And the Act itself, now they brought it. Now can they do it? Yes. Because who is doing it? Parliament is doing it. CBDT is not doing it. Hello. Yes. And because it is ego clash, they put it retrospective also. They came and said, yes, 3 years back also we thought that only. Just that we did it by notification. Now I'm putting it in. Any nonsense can happen. Any nonsense can happen. Point is, please understand, whether something is introduced or not is not prima facie. You need to know whether it is legally valid and all. Yes, just because you tomorrow see something where Modi Sarkar is coming and saying 500,000 is deleted, it does not become deleted. You need to then ask, where is it given that it is deleted? Where did you put it? Where did you put it? Did you put it in the Act? If he says yes, then it is. If he says a notification, Purida, circular la kandipa panna mudiyadhu, adu vera vishayam. Yes, because circulars are only for clarifications. Circulars are only for clarifications. Background clear. Purida ippo. Yes, yes. This is your loss. This is your loss. In the loss, we had 5 items. Rahul, what is binding on public? Act is also binding on public. General question geta. I told you this on the very first day of the class. Don't assume. Ask the right questions. Yes, I will keep doing this. I will keep doing this until and unless you learn to ask the right questions. Okay. Don't give me answers unless you are sure. Unless you are sure. You are not here to assume numbers. If you assume your paper, I will assume your marks. Should you want to do that? No. When I ask you a question, see whether the question is complete or incomplete. Become a CA. Do the wrong thing in the right way. Ask the right questions to get the right answers. Yes or no? Yes. If I say what is binding on public, you will say, Rahul, it is Act, rules, notification, case laws also. Case laws also. Ippo Purida. Rahul, what is binding on officers? What is binding on officers? All the 5 are binding on officers. They also have to follow case laws. They also have to follow Act. They have to follow rules. They also have to follow circulars and notifications. Yes or no? Yes. Don't jump to conclusions. Ask the right questions. Ask the right questions. Clear? Clear? Can we close foundation? Can we close foundation? Now at least you feel like, yes, my certificate is deserving. Okay. Yes, what is it for? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I purposely made it like this because even I don't know what I'm drawing. At the end of the day, I'm an assessee, so it doesn't matter. Neenga sonnada final. Neenga dhan act potringa, nana podren. So, sorry da. That will come now. Adu ipo dhaan varum. Ini mela dhaan varum. People, foundation clarity vanduchu. Yes, yes. Now you know why a law, what a law. Hello. Yes. Tomorrow, if someone comes and asks you, are you deserving foundation? Now you can come and say, yes, theriyum. Konjam achu theriyum. Yes. Now my job is done from law perspective. Now let's me get into my subject called as Polama. Polama. Yes, I will read the subject with you right now. If you don't understand something, you will let me know. As such, right now what I'm going to read from my subject will be the same as laws. Just that wherever you heard the word law, now you will read the word income tax. Adhan Vidyaso. Nothing else will change. Nothing else will change. Can we? Yes. Let's read. Chapter number 1. Hey, no highlightings in the book. Na sonna highlight panno, na sollana highlight panna kudadu. Okay. No coloring in the book and all. Keep it with you. Polama. Everyone. Pola. Yes. Let's read. It says Article number 265 of the Constitution of India provides that. Hey, everyone has book here. Anyone without a book? Yet to pay, huh? People online, I think Hari sir has informed me that he will send the books to you people. In case you don't hear from him, please do drop a reminder message just in case he forgets off. Okay, the books are already available. He may have to courier it to you, so it may take time. Until then, read it from me. Yes, let's read. It says Article number 265 of the Constitution of India provides that no tax shall be levied or collected except by an authority of law. Thus, to levy any tax, a law needs to be framed by the government. Every law is categorized into 3 lists as per the 7th schedule to Article number 246. You have a union list, you have a state list, you have a concurrent list. Union list is all laws made by Parliament. State list is all laws made by states, and concurrent list is all laws made together by both. For your syllabus, you have 3 laws. One is income tax law as a part of union list, agriculture income tax as a part of state list, GST as a part of. The difference between tax and indirect tax is given to you. Tax which is levied directly on income is direct tax. Tax which is levied on price of goods or services is indirect tax. Burden of tax cannot be shifted to another person. Bookla irukku na sollala. This is not Rahul speaking, this is ICA speaking. Follow ICA, pass agnona ICA, practical ponona Rahul. Seriya? Yes, burden of tax cannot be shifted in direct taxes, but burden of taxes can be shifted to another person in indirect taxes. Burden of progressive in nature is direct, regressive in nature is examples are given to you: income tax and equalization levy. Indirect taxes, GST and customs duty. Rahul, what is equalization levy? Final level portion, final level syllabus. We'll read it in final level, not Rahul. When you have income tax, you also have income tax laws. Income tax laws are split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Income tax act, income tax rules, annual finance act, judicial precedents. Income tax and annual finance act are done by legislative body. Rules is done by administrative body. Circular notification is administrative body. Judicial is by judicial body. Who is our administrative body? It is CBDT. Full form is Central Board of Direct Taxes. Yes. Coming to income tax act. Income tax act extends to the whole of. For you to start this, you need to first know what is. Let's come down. You will find India in page number 3. You will find India in page number 3. Section 2. Section 2. Section 2. Clause 25A. It is section 2, clause 25A. Read it. It says India means territory of India, land. Territorial waters of India meaning 12 nautical miles. 12 nautical miles. Territorial water of India, seabed and subsoil underlying such water. So I am telling water and underwater. Water and underwater. Then I am saying continental shelf and exclusive economic zone, which is nothing but 300 to 200 nautical miles. 13 to 200 nautical. It is 13 to 200 nautical miles. Yes. So which means in simple words, when you talk about India, India covers land plus 200 nautical miles water. Plus 200 nautical miles water, and also covers underground, underwater, any other specified maritime zone, and airspace above its territory and territorial waters. Airspace is also covered. Yes or no? Yes. Clean definition. Yes. Tell me, Rahul, is this an inclusive definition, exclusive definition, exhaustive definition? It's an exhaustive definition. They are coming and clarifying. Idikku mele India la edume varadu. Don't touch any other place. I am India. I am not some other country. Yes. Great. Going back. It extends to the whole of India. contains section 1 to section 298 and schedule 1 to schedule 14. Yes, now I already clarified to you, just because you see section 1 to section 298 does not mean that you only have 298 sections. You have almost about 500 to 700 sections, because every section has every section has section 1, section 1A, 2, 2A, 194, 194A, and the mari pogum. Subsection in it does not matter. Point is, section itself has multiple sections. Don't assume the fact that in exam you will only have 194. You may also have 194A, 194B, 194C, 194D, poite irukum. Yes, that is how sections are also devised. So if you read section level, you will have more than 500 sections. Yes or no? Yes. Then you have all amendments made in income tax is done by Annual Finance Act, and other legislations by Taxation Law Amendment Act passed by Parliament. What is this Taxation Law Amendment Act? This is your ordinance. When you have an ordinance pass aanadukku appuram will be called as Taxation Laws Amendment Act. So if you have to make any changes will happen by Finance Act or by an ordinance. Ellame purida. Yes, see how fast it is now. Ange purinjadனால இப்போ ஈஸியா இருக்கு. If I would have started with this, ஒண்ணும் புரியாது. Yes. Next, when you have income tax rules are devised by CBDT. It is devised by CBDT. The power to issue rules under Income Tax Act lies with CBDT. While Act provides for intention of the law, the rules provide for administration of the Act. So what to do will be given in Act. How to do will be given in rules. How do you have a finance bill? All Finance Act or Income Tax Act, how does it get passed? It starts with a finance bill. Finance bill is introduced by Finance Minister and later approved by members in Lok Sabha. Then it goes to Rajya Sabha. In Rajya Sabha, it is introduced in second house for second reading. Rajya Sabha has the powers to accept, recommend changes or reject. Then it goes to President. President will be taking it for consent or assent. Solta porom. Adukku mela onnum pannakudadu. Official gazette, once the president gives an assent or a consent, it goes to official gazette and then becomes an act. When you have an act, that act has to be read along with the Income Tax Act. For your exams, it is Finance Act. Very good. It is Finance Act 2023. Okay. Leave the next 3 lines. We will discuss it later. We'll discuss it later when we do chapter number 2. Right now, it is not important. Then you have circulars and notifications. Both are issued by CBDT. Then circulars are dealing with specific problems or clarifying doubts regarding scope and meaning. So it is dealing with specific problems or is clarifying doubts. Notification is giving effect to a specific provision of the Act. For example, notifying a person or enabling a rule. Yes. Last one, please highlight it and keep it important. You have 2 highlighters. No, this is the important highlighter. Out of the 2 highlighters, take the important highlighter and highlight this part. It is binding only on the department. Assessees can take the benefit if it is beneficial. When it comes to notification is binding on both department and assessee. Clear? People, are we clear? Yes. From this whole 2 pages, Rahul, what is important? Only the last one is important. Exam portfolio, last one matto is important. Nothing else is important from exam perspective. The items which you read before this is FYI. For your information. It is good to know for you to understand what we're talking about. Okay. From MCQ perspective, only the last line is important. Circulars are binding on. Notifications are binding on both assessee and department. Now you see a new word called as. We will discuss. This is more income tax specific. If any other act is there, then they'll call it as person. In income tax, we call them as why, what, and all. We will discuss. Different fun only. Yes. Then you have finally judicial precedents, which is your case laws. Case laws are taken up when there is an ambiguity or issue in the implementation of law. The decision of Supreme Court becomes the law of the land and is binding on whole of India. Any kind of decision of High Court is binding on the jurisdictional state unless and until it is overruled by Supreme Court. If Supreme Court has passed a decision overruling this, then Supreme Court becomes final. Then Supreme Court becomes final. Until that happens, whatever High Court says will be applicable for that respective state. That respective state. Clear? Yes. Yes. This is your foundation syllabus. This is your foundation syllabus. Can we now jump to our subject? Let's jump to our subject. We are reading the act called as Income Tax Act. Very good. We are reading Income Tax Act 1961. Yes. Now you already know how an act looks like. So section number 1 will talk about short title, extent. We already read. Short title is Income Tax Act 1961. Extent is Parchno. Commencement hold. I will tell you later. I will tell you later. Right now I will not tell you. Solta answer vandrum. Okay. I will not tell you right now. I will not tell you right now. Income Tax Act is section number 1. Section number 2 is definitions. Do you want to read definitions along with me? No. We will do it as and when we keep doing the syllabus. Syllabus padikumbodhu enna definition mukkiyam irukum, we will talk it then. Otherwise, if I have to give you definitions, there are almost about 150 definitions. Padichittu poidum. Yes, we cannot do definitions and all. You will not find all definitions in this chapter itself. You will find it in various other chapters. So we will not discuss it right now. We will not discuss it right now. Then you have to get to charging section. You have to get to charging section. The charging section of the whole income tax. Yes, that is what our fun discussion for the next 3 days. Okay, we are moving to page number 5. We are moving to page number 5. Yes, you see the heading. The heading says charge of income tax. The heading says charge of income tax. Now you see only how many lines? Rahul, appo easy muchilnala. This 2 lines is 3 days. This 2 lines is 3 days. The moment you complete this 2 lines, you will complete the chapter also. We will be covering everything pending in this chapter with this 2 lines. With this 2 lines. Point is, in income tax, the charging section of the whole income tax sits in section number 4. Sits in section number 4. You will come and ask me, Rahul, why section number 4? Why not 3? 3 has something else. 3 has something else. We will discuss. As we progress with 4, we will discuss 3 also. But let's take this minute and let's read the 2 lines. Let's read the 2 lines. You already know how to make a law now. Okay, let me correct. You think you know how to make a law now. Yes, keeping that, you are going to tell me that, Rahul, if I had made this law, what I did not understand and what should I clarify? What should I clarify? Yes, think like a CA. Think like a CA. Every line we read right now, you are going to tell me, Rahul, which of the word I did not understand. Which of the word I did not understand, and I want some more clarity. I want some more clarity. If you tell me that word, I will give you clarity. If you don't tell me the word, I'll assume. You already know. After that, if it come in exam, it's your problem, not my problem. Okay? 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 Yes. I'm open to discussion. You can tell me every word is important. That's okay. We'll discuss. Yes. But as long as you miss out something, it's a loss for you. Seriya? Seriya, padiklama? Padiklama? Yes, let's read. It says, charge of income tax. Income tax shall be charged on the total income which is earned by a person during the previous year at the rates in force and shall be assessable in the assessment year. I'm reading it once again. It says, income tax shall be charged on the total income earned by a person earned during the previous year at the rates in force and shall be assessable in the assessment year. 2 lines. That's all. Rahul, I understood everything. No. Okay. What you did not understand, let me highlight. Pick words. What you did not understand? You didn't understand person. Rates in force. Assessable. Assessment year. மேலே எழுதிருக்கு அதனால தானே ராகுல் மேலே ஹைலைட் போட்டிருக்காரு அதனால இருக்கு பாரு. ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர்னா இயர் ப்ரீவியஸ். நான் உனக்கா கேட்டேன்? வாட் டிட் ஐ டெல் யூ? வாட் யூ டிட் நாட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? அப்பனா பர்சனுக்கு ஹைலைட் இல்லை, எதுக்கு கூட்டேன்? அதுக்கு மட்டும் மைண்ட் எத்தல. எஸ், டு யூ வாண்ட் ப்ரீவியஸ் இயர்? ஓகே, ஐ டோன்ட் மைண்ட். நெக்ஸ்ட். That's all. Everything else is clear. Shall be na panno. Pananum. It's a good question, by the way. Just for the people who are laughing at him, understand shall is a big issue in income tax or any law for that matter. The problem what happens is when you use the word shall, it means you have to do it. But some acts will come and say use the word may. Some acts will come and use the word may. Now the problem which comes is whenever you use the word may, does it mean that you have to do it or you may not do it also? That is the problem, right? Now what happens is some cases and all, what has happened is by mistake the person who made the law used the word may. And the people stopped doing it. The people stopped doing the same and said, sir, it's may only, no, meaning it is my choice to do it or not do it. Yes or no? Yes. That is when Supreme Court had to pass some decisions where they came and said, boss, just because you see the word may does not mean that you should not do it. It means that you need to be smart about telling yourself whether it should be done or not done based on the public safety. If it makes sense to make it happen purposely, then even may shall be called as shall. May shall be called as shall, huh? Even may shall be called as shall. So may and shall can be interchangeable depending on the facts of the cases. Yes, so what he's saying is perfectly right. Shall irukkumbodhu sometimes you can use may also, and may irukkumbodhu sometimes you can use. Depends on the facts. Depends on the facts. In this fact, it's very clear. Shall na pay panni da agano. You cannot come and say na pay panna mata. So shall means you have to pay. Next. Earned. Rendu ஒன்னு தான்டா. Charged earned. ரெண்டுமே ஒன்னு தான். What is charged, what is earned? Let me clarify it right away before I take it forward itself. Charged and earned is nothing but your article number 265, levied and collected. Same thing. Next. Anything else? All clear? இருக்குது என்ன வேர்டு இருக்கு? In இருக்கு, the இருக்கு, during இருக்கு, at இருக்கு, earned charge நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். Income tax இருக்கு. Income tax is clear, no? Hey, clear, huh? Sure, huh? What is income? You highlighted total income, you didn't highlight income. What is income? We discussed no income tax laws. Laws என்னென்ன படிச்சிட்டோம், tax என்னென்ன படிச்சிட்டோம், income படிச்சோமா? அப்போ இன்கம்னு உனக்கு தெரியும். சரி நீங்க சொல்ல, நான் சொல்ல போறது இல்ல. I'm only going to discuss 1 2 3 4 5 6 items. Okay, let's start with the easy ones. Person. Let's start with the easy one, the person. What do you mean by a person, Rahul? Person is defined under income tax. Person is defined under income tax. They came and defined what is a person because there was a confusion as to who should pay tax. Yes, therefore they defined the person. Person you will find on the top. You have section 2 clause 31. You have section 2 clause 31. Section 2 clause 31 comes and says these are the following persons. We have individuals, HUF, company, firm, AOP, BOI, local authority, AJP. AJP, artificial juridical person. Artificial juridical person. Rahul, which ones and all do you know? And I don't want to waste efforts. You know what is an individual? What is an individual? Any natural person. Any natural person. Male considered? Female? Transgender? LGBTQIA+. All considered? Dogs? Why? Natural dana ma'am. Sorry? You told me natural person. Natural na 5 senses iruknoma sonnoma. Oh, natural humans. Okay. Question to you. You've seen this shows and all, no, where there'll be this dog competition. Cute dog, running dog. America's Got Talent. Ella dog ethu varuvanga, parrot ethu varuvanga. Assume that the person won the prize award. 50 crore rupees. Because you showed your parrot and parrot is doing some good job. Money is taxable in the hands of. First of all, sorry, adu utru. Income illaya? Income taxable in the hands of.
Getting into that show, it might be registered.
Owner of the. Why? Did the owner do something or the pet did everything? Abdi. That is what my question is. That is exactly what my question is. That is exactly what my question is. My question is, will the dog or the parrot or the horse pay tax? Then who will pay tax? Or will they not pay tax itself? The owner will? Why? What benefit is he enjoying? What if he uses the money for buying dog food and all for him? His problem, huh? Okay. So animals not considered. Okay, minors? After getting majority considered. Appo variko they are not individuals. Abdiya? Sure. Sure. Hey, how many of you have seen this show called KBC? Kaun Banega Crorepati? Who wants to be a millionaire? Yes. Nowadays, Amitabh Bachchan is doing that show. Yes, and there is this 1 week which will come. That 1 week will be called as Kids Special. In that, what will happen? Seri, okay. Where show tanuma? You have these famous shows and all Tamil also, no? DID Mari, Dance India Dance, Indian Idol. Indian Idol Junior alla indadu. Adu theriyuma? Indian Idol Junior, Dance India Dance Junior. Yes, kids coming, singing, dancing, winning cash awards. Income இல்லையா? Tax pay பண்ணுமா பண்ணக்கூடாதா? யாரு pay பண்ண போறா? They won't. No, they won't. 100. Correct. So who is paying tax now? That's tedious, ra. Adanda tedious anda, but they will not deduct everything. Tax you have to pay more than 30 also. Tax is not just 30%, it is more than 30%. You have to pay cess and surcharge also. Adu needa pay pannu. Now the question is, who has to pay the surcharge and cess? Minor. So minor is a person, a minor is an individual. இல்லனா அவன் எப்படி பே பண்ணுவான்? நீ தான செக்ஷன்ல எழுதிருக்கியே. Section what does it say? Section says income tax shall be charged on the total income earned by a person. So earned is by minor. Correct? No. So if you say person individual is a minor, then only he can pay tax. Illana he'll come and say I am not a person, I am not going to pay tax. Is regularity important? You know. Correct ra? Yaar pay pananu? Minor. In my case it's minor, junior. So minor has to pay. So if minor is paying, then minor is the person. Adanda, minor is a person, not a person. So minor is an individual then. For him to be a person, he has to be an individual, no? Where enga poduva? Huh? Exempt enna artham? He has to pay balance ra. Na guarantee kudukra. Don't assume income tax. Let me do that part. So minor is not paying the tax. Parent is paying the tax. கேக்குறியா சொல்றியா? ஆகாது. ஆகாது. Who is deemed to be an individual? Why do you want to deem him? What is so special to deem him in that? பார்த்தா தெரியலையா individual மாதிரி? Ma, you cannot deem him as a person, ma. You can deem him as an individual only. ஏன்னா person definition நான் உனக்கு காமிச்சல 6 பேர் தான் இருக்காங்க. 6 பேரா? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 பேர் தான் இருக்காங்க. அவ்வளவுதான். இது கவர ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. டெஃபினிஷன் முடிஞ்சிச்சு பாரு. கீழ ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல. அதானே நானே கேட்டேன். என்னோட கேள்வி எனக்கு கேட்டு நான் ஆன்சர் பண்ணணுமா? If I had to answer it, why will I ask? You have to tell me that whether minor is an individual or not. It is an individual. It is an individual. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Minor is an individual. Yes, there is nothing about containing majority or not. At the end of the day, he is an individual. My question is whether he should pay tax, whether he's legally liable to pay tax is a different conversation. That we'll do in a separate chapter called clubbing of income. But is minor an individual? Answer is yes, 100% yes. In all the KBC scenarios and all, minor will pay the tax, mandatory, because he has earned all this money from his skills. Parent has not got involved. So therefore, he only has to pay tax. Reciprocate the same scenario to the animal. When you go for America's Got Talent and a dog has won the prize because dog has put in his efforts, because dog has done all the jump and the shows and everything. Question, who will pay the tax? Person winning the money is not the owner. Person winning the money is the dog. Using the dog. We cannot. Okay. It's a little rude to say using the dog. That's like. Fancy English போட்டா நல்லா போயிடும். Fairly yes. In a case of animals, as of now, animals are not persons. As of now, animals is not persons. They are not treated as individuals. Now I'm making it very clear as of now. Yes, with the science development and all going on right now, you can never know because you've seen these movies and all, no, King versus Apes, the Planet of Apes. Another movie pathirkingla, Planet of Apes and all. Suddenly what will happen? One injection you will put and the ape will now become a human. I mean, he will not become a human, but he will become sixth sense and all will come. Those generations, if it comes, in likelihood, animals may also become persons. Right now they are not there because right now they don't have the sixth sense to do decisions on their own. Understand the difference. In a KBC scenario or Indian Idol Junior scenario, the child is making the decision to answer the question. Yes or no? Yes. But in the other case, they are trained. They are forced to do that, whether they like it or not. So therefore, there is a person getting involved into making that action happen. And therefore, the individual or the owner of the animal is the one who's enjoying the benefits, and the owner has to pay tax. Therefore, any money which is earned by the animal will be assumed to be earned by the owner. And since the owner is an individual, he comes under the category of person, and since he is a person, he has to pay tax. Clear, everyone? Yes. He can choose not to answer the answer then. Can you force your child to come and say answer option number A or option number B? பண்ண முடியாதுல. Yes or no? See, at the end of the day, your parents can force you to go there. But your parents cannot make sure that you will get option number A or option number B. If you feel very irritated, what will you do? Even though you know the answer is option number A, you will give option number C, get exited and come back right away. You have done this in the past, no? Your parents will come and say, guest vandirukanga, konjam dance aattu kudu. Yes, sing a song, go dance in front of me. Yes, வீட்ல எல்லாம் முஜரா ஆரம்பிச்சிரும். Money alone varadu. Yes, now you have a choice. At that point of time, hey, Ocha, by the way, since you have come to this, assuming that you are sitting at home, guests have come to your house, your parents are coming and saying that guests have come, konjam sing a song. You start Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Ella ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டீங்க. The guest is also like, oh. Now you were thinking this is not enough. This is important. So the what do you say? What is the name? The guest comes and gives you some 100 rupees, 200 rupees, and comes and says, "Very nice job, pa. Go buy chocolates for yourself." Two questions. Question number 1: is it an income? Should you pay tax? Why? Sorry? Okay. This is where my next question is. Just because you're paying indirect tax on something, do you mean we'll not pay indirect income tax? No, you don't. Where law am I? Every merge பண்ண முடியும். Those are two different laws. How will you merge each other?
GST applied on that can be returned
to whom?
as we paid income tax.
No, எங்க படிச்சியா நீ எங்கயோ? Okay, let's discuss after camera. எனக்கு ஏதோ பயமா இருக்கு. வீணா your family இல்ல? Okay. Let's keep it outside. I'm not asking your name. They should not go on camera, சரியா? அதெல்லாம் பண்ண கூடாது, illegal அது. We will discuss. Yes, understand. My point is there is nothing related between direct tax and indirect tax. GST will be levied separately. Income tax will be levied separately. They have no link to each other. You cannot come and say just because you're paying income tax, you will not pay indirect tax. Nothing works like that. Because apdi pata Ambani will not pay a single rupee tax right now. Ambani will come and say every time I buy something, I'm paying indirect tax. So why should I pay income tax? Doesn't work like that. Different laws, don't combine it. Those are two independent activities. We have nothing to do with income. I will never be talking about indirect tax to you in this syllabus, at least to start with. Seriya? Yes. Anyway, coming back to the question. The money which you got from your guest, income illiya? What is gift in this? Nidan, you danced, that's why you got it, no? If you dance and get it, that's not a gift. That you have put human efforts now. If you do nothing sitting at home and then when they leave, they give you something, that is a gift, yes. My question is, right now, when you danced and you got the money, is it an income? Mm-hmm. So a compulsion to give money is the only criteria based on which someone will become income. Okay, I'll ask you a question like this. The question is like this. What is happening is you're running an electronic store. Okay, in that electronic store, you're basically a agent of Samsung, right? Now, what has Samsung done is Samsung has come and told, if you sell 1,000 TVs, you will become my, what do you say, super agent. Okay, not that James Bond wala, normal super agent. Yes, what has happened is this year you have ended up selling 2,000 TVs. Samsung is very happy with you. Without even you asking, Samsung gave you a free movie ticket and came and said, a movie ticket, sorry, Goa ticket. They came and said, here, free Goa ticket, because you have sold 2,000 TVs of mine, I'm extremely happy with you. Here is one Goa ticket, take your family, go for a trip and come back. Question, were they obligated to do it? Did you get the ticket? Is it an income? Is it an income? Yes. Should you pay tax? How is it different than this one? You get my fact? My fact is voluntary and involuntary has nothing to do with income tax. I don't care. I don't care, because tomorrow if you come and give such conditions, no, I can tell everything is not taxable. I can come and say every time I'm doing a service, it's not voluntary. I was not expecting a money in return, right? That is the scenario where everyone will start avoiding taxes. Think from a logical angle. Logical angle would be in the sense that you will never come and give such benefits, because then people will play around with things. Yes, to prove that something is voluntary or involuntary becomes extremely challenging. Don't give such suggestions which can become a problem for anyone to avoid taxes. At the end of the day, India wants its budget. Yes or no? Yes. Repeating my question once again. Guests have given you money for your dance. Is it an income? Should you pay tax? You are not getting my question properly. My question is, should you pay tax? Yes. Will you be paying tax? No. Why? Because the amount is small. Yes, if you were earning somewhere else also, this will get added to that and overall you will pay tax. Right now, if this is the only income which you have in the current year, then yes, you may not pay tax because the amount is small. That is what is progressive. That is what is progressive. Progressive being the fact that income tax comes and says up to 2.5 lakhs, I don't want any money from you. Keep it with yourself. So if you have not earned anything in the current year and the only thing which you have got from your relatives is that cash, will it be more than 2.5 lakhs? It may not be, you don't know. Assuming it is not, what will you do? You will not pay tax. That does not change the fact that are you liable for tax? The answer is yes. Okay. Yes. Repeating my question once again. You got the money from your guests' income. Should you pay tax? Will you pay tax? Depends. Depends. Make sense? Yes. Keep that thoughts in mind. Keep that thoughts in mind. I am doing two different things right now. Don't confuse yourself with whether I should pay tax and whether it's an income. First of all, you need to tell it's an income, then only tax will come into picture. Don't make your decision that tax is not payable, therefore it is not an income. Clear? Clear? Two separate activities. Two separate activities. I have not even got there. My first question is whether it's a person. Yes, if it is a person only, he can earn income. If he earns income only, he can pay tax. It is from here to here. It is not from here to here. You go from person to tax, not from tax to person. Understand the difference. Okay? Okay, let's answer the first leg. Whether it's a person. Yes, yes. Who is an individual, Rahul? Individual is any natural human, which includes male, females, transgenders and everything. It also includes minors. Does not include animals as of now. As of now. In future, if there is some changes, it may be included, which is why if you notice, person definition is inclusive definition. Person definition is an inclusive definition, which means you're coming and saying if someone else starts acting like this, take him inside. Take him inside. Follow-up question. Robots. robots. Again, as of now, no. But yes, with this chat GPT and all coming into picture, you never know. You never know. Things may become very different on a later stage. Yes. Recently, only Hindi had a very weird movie. Shahid Kapoor and Kriti Sanon. It's a very big name. It's called Teri Baaton Mein Aisa Uljha Jiya. Some weird movie. The movie is about Kriti Sanon being a AI robot. She being an AI robot, and she having all capabilities of a human. All, like literally all capabilities. They've done all adult scenes in that movie and then with robot. Yes, and they've come and said, yes, my robot is so advanced that she can do all adult scenes also. On the level of movie. Yes, now imagine a scenario where Kriti Sanon becomes, Kriti Sanon illa, the robot becomes so advanced in the future. Possible? Might as well possible. You don't know. Right now, they are not there. As long as you are writing your exams, it is not there. Maybe something may come differently. Clear? Yes, this is your first person, which is. Next is, what is HUF? Company. Huh? The moment you tell company, it comes here. One second. Profit mandatory. Huh? Last one, okay. Charity ka banna? Yeah. Sorry, da? Do you know that or are you assuming that? It's wrong. As long as I have not told you, it is wrong. Section 8 companies also pay taxes. They have to. You learn it in finals, not here. Leave the income tax part to me, people. I will tell you what is right and what is wrong. Let's not assume things. Okay, that is one job which I have. Okay, don't give me strong opinions about taxes. It may be wrong. I am not telling you Section 8 companies will always pay taxes, but they can pay taxes. It is nowhere written in the Income Tax Act that they will not pay taxes. They will pay taxes subject to certain conditions. Final level syllabus. My point is not there. My point is, if a Hindu undivided family does not do a profit or a loss making entity but is more into charitable organization, is that still a person? Where is it given? Where will you classify them? It has to be classified into one of the 7, Uma. Classified in one of those 7. My question is, if Hindu undivided family enters into non-charitable, non-profitable activities, will you not call them as HUF? Or will you still call them as HUF? Why? That is a firm, no then? Have you read anywhere in Hindu undivided family where it comes and says the business motive should be there and the profit motive should be there? I have read it in firm, I know. Have you read it anywhere in Hindu undivided family where they say that the motive should be to earn profits? Not that I have read of. Understand, if you see the wordings itself, it's Hindu undivided family, that's all. So it's just saying a family member coming together. At no point of time have they come and clarified that they should earn profits or they should incur losses or they should be doing any kind of business. Yes, even if they're doing a charitable motive, it is still good enough to call it as long as there are people together. Which is where the next question is. Rahul, how do you create an HUF? Naturally, you got born today. Are you the HUF? No, you were born today. Are you the HUF? Then? So then who made the HUF? How did they make the HUF? You understand my question? Now Rahul is born in Agarwal family. Yes. My question is, Rahul is born in Agarwal family. Now there are 5,000 Agarwals in this world. Am I a part of that Agarwal HUF or this Agarwal HUF or that Agarwal HUF? Just because you are born, will you become a HUF? I'm asking you not whether you are a member of HUF. I'm asking you whether you are an HUF. How do you make an HUF is my question.
By registering in the search.
Registering whom?
That act
Whom?
HUF into the head of the three generations.
2 or more family. Three
generation people they will.
So 3 is in the mandatory. No, 1 second. So you're telling me if 3 and above people come together and register themselves, then it is HUF. Or 3 or more generations come together and register themselves. Generations. So father, grandfather, child. Grandfather died. Father adopt பண்ணுவியா நீ?
Then the child is those three will.
Child is not born, married yet.
If he marries, then
If he marries, then only HUF will get created. Right now, it will not get created.
it is already created.
எங்க?
More generation.
அதான் ஆகலையே. Weird imaginations you people have. இதுல காமெடி என்னன்னா everyone is so confident வேற. ஒருத்தருக்கு வந்துட்டு அதுக்கு டாக்ஸே வராது, ஒருத்தருக்கு வந்து 3 ஜெனரேஷன் வேணும், அவனுக்கு 4 வேணும். My question was very simple. My question was, how does an HUF get created? Simple, straightforward question. Agreement between whom? அப்புறம் என்ன? Family member? Business mandatory. हाँ हाँ ஓகே ஓகே கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட்ல HUF இருந்ததுல பர்சன் டெஃபினிஷன் கான்ட்ராக்ட் ஆக்ட்ல இருக்கு, நீ படிக்கல சொல்லு. ஓகே HUF is no nonsense. HUF can be created by marriage. Simple. Simple. 2 people come together in a marriage bond. They can together create a HUF. Simple as that. Simple as that. Yes. Which means only one condition is important. There should be a marriage, Sanna. There should be a marriage. There should be a marriage. If 2 people marry, they can create a HUF. Obviously, yes, they should be Hindu also. They should be Hindu, married, can create a. Then only family, no? How else will you create a family? And the conversation போகக்கூடாதுன்னா விட்டுறேன். Sorry? Two people marrying. Whom do you want to refer to? Male and female is what I would assume. Minor right now is illegal. Earlier it was yes. Male and female is what I'm assuming. Yeah, in today's world it can be other combinations also. But I think right now Hindu Succession Act does not permit those combinations. So as per Hindu Succession Act, the combination is only a male and a female getting married together. Yes. So in simple words, 2 people come together, get married, they are eligible to create an HUF on their name. They are eligible to create an HUF on their name. There are a lot of benefits for you to create an HUF. First of all, understand, if you are creating an HUF, you become different from your HUF. You become different from your HUF, meaning what income you earn will be taxed separately, what income HUF earns will be taxed. That is why in India at least HUFs are very famous, at least in Marwadi community. Because what they'll do is whenever they earn income, they will always split that income between self and HUF, pay lesser taxes in HUF, pay lesser taxes in individual's hands. How do you create an HUF? Simple marriage will do. Simple marriage will do. 2 people getting married can create an HUF. What I'm trying to clarify to you is like this. Understand this very carefully. Imagine that you have a parent. When your mom and dad got married, it's not wrong to imagine. Imagine that you have a parent. When mom and dad got married, imagine if they created an HUF. It will be their HUF. It will be their HUF. Today when you got born, you became a part of their HUF. But today when you get married, you can open your separate HUF. You can open your separate HUF, perfectly permitted. The only condition is you should get married. The only condition is you should get married. Makes sense.
Then that HUF.
You are not a part of that HUF anymore. நீங்க தான் create பண்ணிட்டீங்க separate. Yes, in that scenario, what will happen is you will create your own HUF. Unless and until you are married, you will be a part of their HUF. But the moment you get married and if you decide to create your own HUF, then in that case, you will have an independent HUF, they will have an independent HUF. Do not confuse yourself with the fact that Rahul, in one family, there will be only one HUF. No. One family itself can have 10 HUFs depending on 10 family members getting married to 10 family members. Works. 100% works. The best way to avoid taxes, legally, HUFs. Just best way to avoid taxes. That's my follow-up question. We'll come to that. Right now, my question was, who can create an HUF? Answer is very simple. 2 people by marriage. Yes. Now comes the follow-up question. Rahul, 2 people came together. A, Mrs. A. They have now created an HUF called as A HUF. They've created a HUF called as A HUF. Yes. Now the question is, Rahul, in this A HUF, who and all will be family members? Who and all will be the members? Yes. I'll give you people. You tell me whether they are members or not members. Okay. Yes. 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 Rahul. A's father. A's father. No. A's mother. Mrs. A's father. Mrs. A's mother. Why, Rahul? You created your HUF. You created your HUF. You are the karta. You are the karta. You can adopt children. You cannot adopt parents. Yes. So not permitted. Now come down. A has a son. A has a son. A has a daughter. Once again. இப்போதுக்கு daughter. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Focus. Son marries a girl. Stepchild. The moment you legally adopted the moment you married the wife, this child got legally adopted in your family. Those are included. We'll come to that. I'm still there in the conversation. My conversation is, you have a son. Son is member. Son married a girl. Girl is member. Hello? Yes. Unless they create a new HUF, obviously. Unless they create a new HUF. Unless then it is a separate activity. Yes. Now daughter, HUF, member. Yes. Daughter marries a boy. Boys. Member, not a member. Member, not a member. Member, not a member. Not a member. Not a member. Understand. Hey, shh. Understand, when daughter got married, Hindu Succession Act comes and says, when a daughter gets married, she moves to another family. So if she moves to the other family, the son, the boy of the daughter is not the husband of the daughter. The husband of the daughter is not a part of this family. Therefore, he cannot be a member. Clear? Rahul, the girl and the son gave birth to a son. They gave birth to a daughter. The daughter and the husband gave birth to a son. Daughter is included. She is still included. Unless until they create an HUF, she is still included. Yes or no? No. Daughter. Get my facts. Mr. A decided that he is not happy with one son and one daughter alone. He wants to adopt a son. Yes. Yes, he wants to adopt a daughter. Yes, the Mrs. A was already married earlier. Mrs. A was already married earlier and had a child. Husband has died. Old husband has died. She is now married, Mr. A. She is now married, Mr. A. Son has also come along. Member, not a member? Member. In simple words, Rahul, how do you become a member of HF? By birth or by bringing into family? It's not by marriage. Daughter also got married. Does not mean that the husband was member. Member of an HF is made by birth or by bringing into family. By bringing into family, understand, when the son married the girl, she was brought into the family, therefore she is member. When the Mr. A decided to adopt a child, he was brought into the family, therefore he is a member. When he adopted the stepchild, he was brought into the family, therefore he is a member. When the daughter married an husband, she moved out of the family, she did not bring a member. So husband is not considered. Suddenly, plan பண்ணல அப்படியே. சரி, HF will shut down immediately. Partition ஆயிடும். Partition of HF will take place and then all the assets of the HF will be transferred to all the members. So what? The moment he marries a Muslim girl now becomes Hindu. She will have to convert her religion. Obviously, no? That's how Succession Acts works. No? If she is coming into the family, she is now going to become the Hindu of the family. No? She cannot come and say, I will follow my same laws, at least legally. Legally, if she is marrying a Muslim will come down. She will automatically convert herself and she will now become a Hindu. At the end of the day, what will happen? She is going to stay in this house, so she will have to follow the culture of the house. No? How? Then he will have to exit the house. No? Yes, ma. No, one second. Daughter's husband, brother. You do realize the age gap, right? How? Family will be complicated. Okay. Coming to this scenario. See, first of all, complicated family. Second of all, even if it happens, it doesn't matter. Because see, understand, Mrs. A was a member of HF, but brother was anyway not a member of HF. No, one second. Daughter is getting married to? Aren't they both brother and sister? So what is the challenge? Hindu Succession Act does not permit incest relationships. It does not permit incest relationship is basically marrying your own brother and sister. So incest relationships are technically not legal. Even if you decide to do all those shenanigans, they will not approve it. At the end of the day, they both are the member of HF. How does it matter? The daughter was also a member of HF. The stepbrother was also a member of HF. Means the same only. I had all these questions for another chapter. We have another chapter coming. And the chapter in the கேள்வி கேட்போம். Okay. இப்போதைக்கு இந்த சாப்டருக்கு இந்த சம்பந்தம் இல்ல. Okay, but anyway, I have this policy to send daily memes. ஏற்கனவே ஒரு மீம் ரெடியா இருக்கு. ஈவினிங் அனுப்புறேன். Yes. Your question only. நான் அனுப்புறேன். ஏண்டா first two normal தானே இருந்தது. Did I put something wrong in the first two? அப்ப அப்படினா இருக்கும். ஒண்ணும் பிரச்சனை ஆகாது. Okay. When I'm sending it on the group, I will not put something wrong and send. அதெல்லாம் கிளாஸ்லயே முடிச்சிரோம். Yes, Understand, point is very simple. When it comes to HUF, you can become a member. See, first of all, how does HUF get created? By marriage. How do you become a member of HUF? Either by getting born into that family or by bringing into the family. Adu mattum nyabagam vechukonga, that is enough. That is enough. Okay, yes. Now there are something else also in this. In Hindu and undivided family, you would have learned something called two schools of Hindu law. One is Dayabaga school of law, Mitakshara school of law. Theriyumla? Tale matter votra. Seri okay. When it comes to Hindu undivided family, there are two schools of law. One is Dayabaga school of law, one is Mitakshara school of law. There is no difference between both. The difference between both is that in one school of law, they come and say that the moment a child is born into the family, the child is also given the right in the property. The moment the child is born into the family, the child is given a right in the property, meaning tomorrow if the child decides to leave the family, he can take some assets and go. The second school of law comes and says no. The second school of law comes and says unless and until the owner of the family is alive, nothing will move to the child. The day the owner dies, the property will transfer to the child. Yes. So the difference is between only the co-parcenary rights. The difference is in the co-parcenary rights. In Dayabaga school of law, co-parceners will not get rights the day they are born or the day they are brought in. But in Mitakshara, the co-parceners will not get any rights unless and until the karta of the family dies. Something for you to just keep in mind. It is not there in my book because it is all theory, not relevant for exam. Yes, just understand the fact that when it comes to Hindu divided family, there are two people. One is karta, one is co-parceners. Karta is the head of the family. Co-parceners, everyone else who is a part of HUF. Yes. Now, when I use the word Hindu undivided family, it is not meaning that it's only for Hindus. Recently, of late, they have Jain undivided family also. They have Sikh undivided family also. Sikh na S-I-K-H, S-I-C-K-L. It is S-I-K-H. Sikh undivided family. They have also started doing all these things. So, they are also permitted. Clear? Sikh, Parsi, ella unda. Buddhist also? I don't know. Not heard about it. I've heard about three, which is Hindu undivided family, Jain undivided family, and Sikh undivided family. Parsi, Sikh are almost close. Yes, so they're almost close, so you can consider them also. These are the three predominant ones which are there in India. Makes sense? Can we go forward? Yes. What are the balance items quickly? What is a company? A company is a company. Company is a company registered under Companies Act. We will discuss more about companies in detail when we do the next chapter. When we do chapter number 3, that time we'll come back to this point. What I'm trying to make is understand, if you have a company, the company will pay its own taxes, you will pay your own taxes. Your taxes will not be combined with the company taxes. Yes, this is one other way to save taxes, where you can create a company. Company can have some part of income and pay taxes on their incomes, and you can have your part of incomes and you can pay your taxes. Yes, what I'm trying to tell you is that understand, every person here is an individual, is a separate person. What this person earns is what he will pay tax on. He will not pay tax on other persons. Unless and until a chapter comes into picture, which is called as clubbing of income. Yes, what is this chapter? We'll discuss on a later day. Clear? Yes, next. Firm is Nanda Foundation solli thanda. Firm is two or more persons. Mandatory. Business is mandatory or profit is mandatory? It's two or more people coming together in order to earn profits. Business is not mandatory. You can also have profession. Two CAs coming together will not do business. They will do profession. So in that case, that is also fine, but they are also called as a firm. So two or more people coming together in order to earn profits. Acting on his own capacity or on behalf of someone else. Yes, that is a firm. Understand, when you use the word firm, you also include LL. Full form is same as firm, just that the liabilities become limited. FYI, liabilities are limited only in LLP Act. Liabilities are not limited in Income Tax Act. Income tax will come and say you have unlimited liability even though you are an LLP. Even though you are an LLP, I can come and take over your assets from your home also. Doesn't matter. As long as I want my income tax, I will take it from wherever I want. I don't care whether you are limited or unlimited. I don't care. I don't care. Clear?
Sir,
Yes.
what's your
Individual. You don't have a separate legal identity, right? So whatever you earn will be categorized as individual for you. Polama. Yes. What is the next person? Full forms. Any idea? Any idea full forms? No. It is called as association of persons, body of individuals. Association of persons, body of individuals. Again, same thing is happening. Two or more people are coming together. Intention to earn profits is not important. Intention to earn profits is not important. If two or more people are coming together to do an activity, if two or more people are coming together to do an activity, it is called as AOP. It is called as AOP. Two or more individuals are coming together to do an activity, it is called as BOI. It is called as BOI. The only difference between AOP and BOI is that if it is only a group of individuals, it is BOI. If it is a group of individuals plus someone else also, then it is AOP. What is someone else? Everyone else. Today you decide that individual, company, firm all together will come and do something. It is AOP. Today you decide 4 CAs coming together to do something. No. Again, ask yourself, are they doing profits or not? If they're doing profits, it's a firm. If they're not doing profits, it is AOP. BOI. It is BOI. Clear? Hello. Rahul, ICI is ICAI is. என்னடா charity பண்ணிட்டு இருக்க நீ? Who told you that? அப்படியா? நீ தான் ஃபீஸ் பே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிய. அப்புறம் என்ன charity அதுல? Schools I know, colleges I know, ICI எங்க இருக்கு அதுல? No, it's not. Full form ல இருந்தா it's not profit. Who told you ICI is charitable organization? Nothing, no shit. Nothing about that organization is charity. It's a clean-cut profit-making entity. It's a clean-cut profit-making entity. ICAI forms under BOI. ICAI forms under BOI. Understand no very carefully. Tomorrow when you qualify, you will be called as a. Hey. You will be called as a member of ICI. You will be called as a member of ICI. Today, right now, I am a member of ICI. So, all chartered accountants, including me, are the members of ICI. Technically, we are the owners of ICI. Technically, we are the owners of ICI. We all have come together to make a decision. The decision is to do accounting services. And to grow the accounting practice in India. Yes, we are doing with a purpose. We're doing with a purpose. I'm not telling you my intention is to earn profits. It is happening separately, that's a different story. But my intention was not to earn profits. My intention was to grow the accounting practice. I am a BOI. I am an BOI. Clear? Yes. ICSI. What is ICSI full form? Full form. Institute of Company Secretaries of India. ICI is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Company Secretaries of India. One more is? It is ICMAI, Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of India. I don't know if you're aware about it. Earlier, almost about a year back, even ICMAI was called as ICAI. There were two ICIs, ICAI, ICAI. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Confusion, பயங்கரமா இருந்தது. Yes, then ICI put a complaint on High Court. ICI went and put a complaint saying நான் தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்தேன், நான் தான் பவர் வச்சிருக்கேன், அவனுக்கு தூக்க சொல்லு. Yes, High Court க்கு ஒரு complaint போட்டுட்டு we went and we informed ICAI CMA that we don't want you to be called as ICI. உன்னால எனக்கு கன்ஃபியூஷன் வருது, எனக்கு காசு வர மாட்டேங்குது. Yes, High Court approved it and came and said yes, CA are superior. Ask them to change it. That is when ICAI CMA became ICMAI. Some background. Yes, we do not agree with other two. Yes, if you notice, I don't know for those who are doing multiple courses and all, CMA and CS will talk to each other. Talk to each other in the sense that நீங்க CMA clear பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா CS ல கொஞ்சம் exemption கிடைக்கும். நீங்க CS clear பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா CMA ல கொஞ்சம் exemption கிடைக்கும். நீங்க அங்க என்ன வேணா clear பண்ணிக்கோங்க, ICA ல ஒண்ணும் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. Nothing will be given to you. Nothing will be given to you. நீ CS qualify ஆகனாலும் okay, you have to write all the papers in CA. நீ CMA qualify ஆகனாலும் you have to write all the papers of CA. நீ CA எல்லாமே qualify ஆகனாலும் you have to write all the papers there. We don't agree. நமக்கு ஏதோ ஒரு அந்த திமிர் இருக்கு. Yes, we all three are professional courses, but CA comes and says, I don't want to talk to other two. I don't like those two. அந்த மாதிரி தான் scenario. அந்த மாதிரி தான் scenario. No one cares about them. Yes, அதே they two are combined. CS says I will give exemption for CMA. CMA says I will give exemption for CA. ICA ஒத்துக்க மாட்டான். Like, I don't want any exemption. I'm not giving exemptions. I think you don't take classes properly. I don't think you give subjects properly. I don't think you give marks also properly. I cannot trust you for my subjects. Subjects எல்லாமே சேமா தான் இருக்கும், இருந்தாலும் திருப்பி எழுதணும். Fun only. Yes. I don't know. Karthik is a CS, I think. Karthik is a CA plus CS. I am CA plus CS inter. Final எல்லாம் முடியல. I'm still pending finals for 5 years now. So, not that I'm writing. ஏதோ 5 வருஷத்துல இருந்து எழுதிட்டு இருக்கார் ராகுல், இல்ல ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிட்டேன். Bore ஆச்சு. Actually CS course is very pathetic. Anyway, moving forward, we have something called as local authority. Local authority is all your municipalities. All your municipalities. Appo Rahul, municipality are paying taxes. Yes, they are paying taxes. They are paying taxes. Not on everything. Not on everything. If they are collecting government taxes, they are not paying taxes. If they are doing anything other than government taxes, they are paying taxes. More discussion of this forward we will do. Forward we will do. Next. Break English. Help me understand. Artificial means something which is not natural. Which is made by law. Which is made by law. Artificial juridical person is a person who's made by a law. Who's made by a law. If the law makes it, then it is AJP. Then it is AJP. Examples, Rahul. For example, company gets liquidated. Company gets liquidated. You have to appoint a liquidator. You have to appoint a liquidator. What is the liquidator's job? He will sell all the assets and get money. Yes, question. Liquidator is working for the company. He is working for the court. Yes. Is he working in his capacity? No, he's working in company capacity. In that case, we decide that the liquidator, whatever money he earns, will be in the form of AJP. In the form of AJP, because he is not doing it as an individual capacity. He is not doing it in company capacity. He is only doing it because court asked him to do it. Therefore, whatever income he earns will be called as income from AJP. Income from AJP. Clear? Yes, one of the examples. நிறைய examples இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி. You can have many examples like that. Okay? Okay? இப்போ person clear ஆ? நான் உங்களுக்கு எப்பே சொன்னேன் போர் அடிக்கும், ஆனா பண்ணிதான் ஆகணும். What next do you want to learn? Small முடிச்சலாமா? Yes, small முடிச்சலாம். Let's discuss about what is this previous year and what is this assessment year. What is this previous year and what is assessment year? ஒன்னு முடிச்சீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா முடியும். Yes, we'll do that and then we'll close for the day. Okay, balance items time ஆகும் கண்டிப்பா. Balance items is what? Rates and force next chapter. So rates and force next chapter. மிச்சம் இருக்கிறது ரெண்டு ஐட்டம், which is total income, accessible. Total income ரெண்டு நாள் கிளாஸ். ஆமா கண்டிப்பா வரோம். You will understand. ராகுல் இன்கம்னா ஈஸியா தானே இருக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா வாங்க. Yes, let's do this thing called previous year and assessment year. Previous year and assessment year. I'll ask you a simple question. What are we paying tax on? What are we paying tax on? Income means not general definition. Revenue minus expense. அப்படிதானே படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. Income means revenue minus expense. Question கேக்குறேன். Rahul, today I sold a book to you. This is my revenue. Will I pay tax on this? No. Why? Because this is my revenue. I need to reduce expense. இன்னைக்கே ஆயிடும். Will expense also happen today? It will happen tomorrow. It may happen later also. Yes or no? which means if I have to find out my income, can I find it on one day? I need to find it over a period. My period is 1 year. Yes or no? Yes, my period is 1 year. Yes or no? Yes. Now my question is, Rahul, when will you know the income? Will you know on 1st April of the year? 5th April of the year? 1st August of the year? 10th August of the year? 2nd February of the year? 31st March of the year? Or 1st April of next year? When will you know? You know it on 31st March, 12 o'clock in the night only, no? Which means it is 1st April of next year. So whatever you earn today, you know you have earned revenue. You're also going to incur expense. Total will become income, which you'll only know when you do 1st April of next year. Hello? Yes or no? Yes. Now tell me, when did you know your income? 1st April of next year. When will you assess your tax? 1st April of next year. When will you pay your tax? 1st April of. What is that year called as? Correcta. Yes. Assessment year is the year in which you will assess your tax. Assessment year is the year in which you will, for the income which is earned in. Yes. Rahul, Finance Act 23 is for the income which is earned in. 23, 24, for which you will know the income in. You will pay tax in. 24, 25 is. 23, 24 is. Yes. Assessment year is the year in which you assess your income and pay your tax. Previous year is the year in which you earn your income, which is going to be paid tax. Correct. Rahul, the whole income tax is not written in previous year terms. The whole income tax is written in assessment year terms. Meaning, if you are looking at Finance Act 23, Finance Act 23 will have amendments for assessment year 24, 25. Yes or no? Finance Act 23 will come and say, yes, you will earn income in previous year 23, 24, for which you will pay tax in 24, 25. So Finance Act 23 talks about assessment year. Rahul, Income Tax Act was introduced in 1961 for assessment year. Therefore, rules is in. Yes or no? Rahul, was there a 1 year gap? No. It was from 62 because assessment year is 62. Logic purida. எல்லாத்துக்குமே இருக்கு reason. யோசிச்சிங்கன்னா வரும். Yes or no? Please be careful about this. What you are going to learn going forward with me, is always in assessment year. 24, 25. Starting today till the end of the batch, till your November exam, there is only one assessment year for you, which is assessment year. We will going forward not be discuss anything about 23, 24. Nothing. Because the moment you say 23, 24, my assumption is it is assessment year 23, 24, which means it is previous year 22, 23. Answer ange poidum. Because for which that is Finance Act 22. நீங்க என்ன படிக்கிறீங்க 23. அதுக்கு assessment year is previous year is 23, 24. Correcta. That is the confusion which everyone has. Your parents will always have this confusion. Yes, they will come and say, Rahul, I worked from April to March 24. April 23 to March 24. ஆனா அவங்க ரிட்டர்ன் ஃபைல் பண்ணும்போது assessment year 24, 25 னா இருக்கும். They like, Rahul, அந்த வருஷம் இன்னும் ஆரம்பிக்கவே இல்ல. You need to tell them that yes, because that is the year in which you are going to pay the tax, that is what is looked at. Hey, income tax Puerto Rico, are they more interested about your income or are they more interested about your tax? And for them, tax will only come in. So therefore, they will only look at. Therefore, all drafting will happen in. Clear? Clear? Logic puridu? Yes, 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 yes. Which is why income tax is 1961, because it is with effect from 1962. Now I'll answer you. Section number 1 comes and says Income Tax Act 1961 will come into force from 1st April 1962. Rahul, Act 1961 irukku, come into force 1962 irukku. Edukku? Because 1962 there means assessment year. 62, 63. Correcta? Correcta? Yes, don't get confused. Don't get confused. Whenever you read a Finance Act, இப்போ நீங்க Finance Act 2023 open பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it will come and say this is with effect from 1st April 24. And you'll say, Rahul, 23 க்கு first effect 24 சொல்றாங்கன்னா next yearல இருந்து தான் ஆரம்பிக்கும். It is for the 23-24 because the assessment year is 24-25. Because the assessment year is 24-25. Clear? 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 Hello? Hello? Yes? I'll ask you a question. Tell me if this English is right. Tell me if this English is right. My English says current previous year. My English says current previous year. Is this English right? Huh?
Basically, this year's previous year. Yes. So if we will
What is your current previous year?
20.
First of all, is this English right? Is this English right? Yes. Okay. What is your current previous year? It is 23-24. Hey, for your exam, what is previous year? For your exam, what is your previous year? 23-24. Where are you right now in? 23-24. Therefore, you are in. Hey, correct no. Correct no. You are currently in 23-24, earning income for 23-24. For you, this is your previous year, which means you are in current previous. Am I saying something wrong? Clear? 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 Think about it. Think about it logically. See, I know what you're earning right now. You will pay tax in 24-25. So 24-25 is going to be your assessment year, which means currently it is your previous year. Currently it is your previous year, and you're still already in the year, which means it is your current. Yes or no? Yes or no? If you are in that year, then yes. If you are not in that year, see, if I am in 4th April 24, what are you in now? If you are in 4th April 24, what are you in? You are in assessment year. In that case, it is your current previous year. What is it then? That is your previous year now. If you are in previous year, standing in previous year, earning income for previous year, which you are going to pay tax and assessment year, that is your current previous year. Yes or no? Yes or no? My question is very simple. My question is very simple. For your exams, this is your previous year. For your exams, this is your previous year. Until 31st March gets over, you are still in your previous year. You are still in your previous year. So this is your previous year, for which you will pay tax in assessment year. For which you will pay tax in assessment year. Now my question is very simple. 23-24 is the previous year for 24-25. Can I say that 23-24 is the assessment year for 22-23? Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes. The same year can be a previous year also. The same year can be an assessment year also. How, Rahul? If you earn income in that year, that is your previous year. If you pay tax in that year, it is your. That's all is the logic. That's all is the logic. Clear? Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Now, understand this very carefully. When it comes to income tax comes and says, Rahul, year only means financial year. Year only means financial year, meaning income tax only permits April to March. Income tax does not care about anything else. You may have done your foundation accounts, you will do your inter accounts, they will come and say Jan to December, July to June. No matter what, income tax Puerto Rico, there is only 1 year, which is Rahul, I'm maintaining my books from Jan to December. What am I supposed to do? Income tax says change books. If you cannot change books, make new books. Keep 2 different books, 1 book for your accounts, 1 book for your income tax. But I don't care. I want April to March. I want April to March. Clear? 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 Once again, your previous year is, your assessment year is clear? Yes. Which means if I have to write it in year terms, I will come and say 1st April 23 to assessment year is, meaning awesome. This is how your previous year and assessment year will look like. This is how your previous year and assessment year will look like. No doubts? No doubts? Can we go a little step further? One step further. Question. Rahul, it says 1st April 23 to 31st March 24. Period of 12 months. Period of 12 months. Rahul, previous year will always be for 12 months. True or false?
True.
Previous year will always be for 12 months. True or false? False. Why false?
The company started in the middle. So that time previous year will be less, right?
Very good. Ask yourself a question. Previous year is what? The year in which you, if company itself got incorporated in August, will you start from April? You will start only from, in that case, previous year can be. So if I am coming and saying, Rahul, that my company was incorporated on 8th August 2023, tell me my previous year. My previous year, number terms. First is 23, 24. My assessment year is date. Follow-up question. Rahul, assessment year will always be for 12 months. True or false?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. For your current year, assessment year is 12 months or not 12 months? My question again, previous year will always be for 12 months. True or false? Can be for lesser. Can it be for more? No. It cannot be more than 12 months. Can it be lesser than 12 months? Assessment year will always be for 12 months. Yes. Because assessment year Puerto Rico, you just have to pay tax in that year. That has nothing to do with your income. That has nothing to do with what you are. That has nothing to do with what you are. So assessment year will always be for 12 months. Assessment year will always be for 12 months. You may come and ask me, Rahul, what if in next year the company shuts down? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I told you right now, the liability is always unlimited. Even if you shut down, it doesn't matter. They'll come and say, boss, you were alive in 23, 24, pay tax and then only shut down. Pay tax and then only shut down. Rahul, what if I die? They will take it from your legal guardians, but they will collect it. They will collect it. The assessment year will not change. The assessment year will not change, meaning assessment year will always be for previous year. Can be less than 12 months also. Can be less than 12 months also. Any doubt? All clear? Perfecta purinjadu. Sure. Seri. Rahul, can previous year be for 1 day? Can I say my previous year 23-24 is 31st March 24? I'll ask you a question. Let me give you an example. You tell me what the answer is. Let me give you an example what the answer is. My example is like this. You are right now CA Inter. I'm assuming most of you are not earning. So right now your income is, right now date is 22nd February. Assume for the next 1 month also you do not earn anything. You do not earn anything. 31st March. 31st March, what is happening is you are right now on the road. Yes, going back to your home. Going back to your home. You are going on the road, and suddenly what happened is you found on the road something called as a lottery ticket. Yes, now you know your luck. So what you did? You threw it away. You know your luck, you like GPay kuda kudukka maategara lottery avarum enaku. Yes, so you threw it away and you went home. But somehow what happened is you had gone through the lottery ticket, you have seen what it is. When you were sitting at home, going to take a rest, your parents were watching the TV, and luckily or unluckily what happened is the channel of lottery is open. The numbers are being declared. Now you are not interested because you know you're not going to win. You're not going to win, you're ready to sleep. But what happened is somewhere your ears are there. You are hearing out the numbers. The number starts 8, 25, 43. Something strikes you. எங்கேயோ பார்த்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. எங்கே பார்த்தீங்க? அது விட்டு வந்து லாட்ரி. Yes, 8, 25, 43, 37, 28 number வந்துச்சு. Yes, now you think hard, you think somehow I've seen this number. You still know your luck, but you still take a chance. You decide to immediately jump out of bed, go run back and find the lottery ticket. Now you know what your luck, exact movie scene is going on. The place where you found the lottery ticket earlier is now not there. Yes, always you went to the same place where the lottery ticket was there. Now it is not there. What will you do? Utruviya 50 crores lottery ma. Sorry da. So you went and you were searching everywhere. Suddenly what you notice is there's a big horn which is honking on the front. You realize that it was the trash can, the trash car. It was a trash car, and somehow it strikes you, oh, maybe this person has cleaned the place right now. You immediately run to him and you come and say, sir, ipo da clean panningla? He's like, yes pa, ipo da clean panna. Sir, ange or lottery ticket irundhukum paathirukingla? He's like, lottery ella theriyadappa, clean pannita ella dump la irukku. What will you do? As cheap as you are, you would have jumped inside. Yes, so you jumped inside the whole dump. You found some 6-7 lottery tickets. Luckily, that day was lucky for you. You found that ticket also. Now you don't remember the numbers because you were in a hurry. So you went back home once again. You went and asked your mom, what was the numbers? She also does not remember. So you touched Google. In Google it came 8, 23, 38, 43, 27. Now you look at the lottery ticket. 8, 23, 48, 38, 27, 43, 37 மட்டும் 38 ஆச்சு. Now you are extremely angry. You now tear the ticket itself. இவ்ளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டேன்ல, காண்டாச்சு. You tore the ticket off. But what you did not realize is you got 6 more tickets. And one of the other tickets was the winning ticket. Happy ending at the end of the day. Point what happened is you went and you took the lottery ticket, went to the lottery guy, showed him the ticket, got your 50 crores on 31st March 2024. Question, tell me what is your previous year, what is your assessment year? You tell me this, we close for the day. What is your previous year, what is your assessment year? I want the previous year assessment year and the dates. கேக்குறியா சொல்றியா? நான் தானே கேட்டேன் உனக்கு. You tell me what is your previous year, what is your assessment year? கொடுத்துட்டான். Bank account transfer. Hey, quickly. Give me a date. Sorry. The rate is, see, you keep waiting, I keep waiting. You don't go home, I also don't go home. I am getting paid by the hour, you are getting wasting time. Previous year is 23, 24, 20, 24, 25. Give me the dates. 31st March 24 to so 2 to 31st March 24. Is everyone okay with this? Is everyone okay with this? Anyone thinks this is wrong? I think this is wrong. I think this is wrong. It looks weird, no? From and to is the same date. It looks wrong. From and to is the same date. Yes. Anyone? Anyone in my favor? Rahul, we want to go with you. You can't do that. Income area. That's what I told you, no? How? எப்படிமா ஹோல் டேட் கால்குலேட் ஆச்சு? சரி, கம்பெனி இருக்கும்போது என்ன பண்ண நீ? கம்பெனி இருக்கும்போது என்ன பண்ண நீ? Yes, yes, yes. Anyone in Rahul's favor saying this is wrong? Why? சும்மா ராகுல் சொன்னார் அதனால. என்ன தெரியல. நீங்கம்மா? Why is it wrong? நீங்கண்ணா கை தூக்குனீங்களா? From Jan 1st you have something. Achha, that is in Companies Act, where Companies Act comes and says if company is incorporated after January, then the 3 months will be accumulated to the next year. Companies Act la irukku. Yes, only 2 people, majority illa enakku.
The day in which he bought the lottery ticket.
He didn't buy it, no, he bought it on the road. He found it on the road, he didn't buy it. வாங்கிருந்தா பெரிய விஷயமே. Depending on your luck, you'll never buy. Yes, tell me quickly, let's close. Anyone in my favor? Only 2 people? Everyone else is saying this is right. All in favor, Wrong? Acha, you're coming in my side, no? Okay, fine. Slowly. இன்னும் 5 நிமிஷம் வெயிட் பண்ணா எல்லாரும் வந்துருவீங்க. கொஞ்சமாச்சு கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ண, அவ்வளவுதான். ராகுல் கொஞ்சம் கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ணிட்டா எல்லாரும் வந்துருவீங்க அப்படியே. Yes, 3 now in my favor. Where? All in Rahul's favor, raise of hands. Patiya 5. Where? Yes, obviously. Tamil Nadu na sollave illiye. Next 5 people now. How many are there? 1 2 3 4 6 8 9 12 15 16 19 22 25 28 31 34 35 are there. 6 ஆச்சா பாத்தியா? I'm telling you, கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ண அப்படியே வந்துருவாங்க எல்லாரும். Yes, 6 out of 35 in my favor. Anyone online my favor? Raise of hands. பாத்தீங்களா? 7 7 8 9. ஐயோ, எல்லாரும் வந்தாங்க. All online is saying my favor only. What to do? Answer கொடுத்துட்டோமா? இல்ல நாளைக்கு பார்க்கலாமா? நாளைக்கு பார்க்கலாம். This is right. I told you very clearly, previous year cannot exceed 12 months, but can be less than 12 months. At no point of time did I clarify a minimum limit. I only clarified a maximum limit, which means it can be as small as one day also. You will come and ask me, Rahul, why can we not push it to next year? Ask yourself a question. I told you income tax is coming and telling you have to pay tax every financial year. If you come and tell me that, Rahul, no, this has to go to next year, then you will tell that Rahul, my previous year starts from 1st April because it cannot go more than 12 months. So we'll say it will start from 1st April of 24. And I will come and say I will not pay tax because I did not earn anything from 1st April of 24. I only earned it in 31st March of 24. So I will go to income tax department and come and say, dear sir, I'm sorry, I will not pay you single rupee tax because it is not earned in the previous year. Your previous year is starting from 1st April 24, which is not my previous year, and therefore I am not going to pay you single rupee tax on this 50 crores. Will income tax department let you go? No. Department wants every rupee which is possible. Every rupee which is possible. So department came and said, I don't care. You call it 1 day or half day also. It is previous year, and therefore you have to pay me the tax. You have to pay me the tax. Yes or no? Yes. Summarizing it once again. Rahul, previous year is the year in which you, assessment year is the year in which you assess the tax. Assessment year is the year in which you assess the tax. Previous year may or may not be for 12 months. It cannot be more than 12 months, but can be even small as. How will it be less than 12 months? If you are incorporated in the same year or born in the same year. If you are incorporated in the same year or born in the same year. Hey, understand, Rahul? Company incorporated on 8th August. This year, previous year is 8th August in the starting. Next year, what will happen? It will start from 1st April itself. Understand, the moment you got incorporated, previous year remains the same. There is no criteria that you should earn income. As long as you are alive, previous year is right. As long as you are alive, previous year is right. Yes or no? Yes. So if I am saying, Rahul, my business was incorporated in the current year, my previous year will start from that date. If my business is already running, I am not earning anything, still assessment year, previous year will start from 1st April. It will start from 1st April. Yes. So it will only change in the first year. It will only change in the first year, the year in which you incorporate or year in which you are born. Year in which you are born. Assessment year will always be there for 12 months. It cannot be lesser than 12 months. It cannot be more than 12 months. It will only be 12 months. It will only be 12 months. Clear? Everyone? Yes. No doubts? All good? Great. Yes. With this, we are also done with those items as well. Now, the only thing which is left is total income and end item pending, that we will do in the next class tomorrow. My request, we have already completed page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and assessment year and previous year. Assessment year and previous year. I want you all to read this much and come for tomorrow's class. Okay? Yes. The one which we discussed right now is in the green box. I want everyone to be reading all these things before you come for tomorrow's class. We will be asking questions once again on this. Yes. Yes. Thank you, people. Have a good day.